Hello. Hello again. Why am I so quiet? Hello. I can just lower my voice. Hello, Ocha. Selamat malam. Do you think it would be nicer if I talked like this the whole time? The thing is, I could easily hold that level of voice, no problem. But at some point I would probably just drop the act just because I have to laugh or something. But I definitely know that I could keep it up for a whole stream. And before you ask, no, I could not do a Kermit for a whole stream. Before that question even comes up, no, there's not gonna be a Kermit stream. Lamau. Listen, I just wanted to, make sure. Oh god. And again, knowing myself, I probably could do it if I really wanted. I could probably, I most likely would be able to do Kermit somehow for all stream. Oh my god, it would be so wild though. I don't know if it would be a good idea. But yeah, hello everyone. I hope you had a good weekend. You don't have to force. Oh no. If anything, that would be a special event kind of thing, or a proper reason for it. But yeah, I know what you sadly didn't have the best weekend, and that's an understatement. Careful of the throat. Oh, it's only 500, so I could make you say 160 lines. Wait, I have to find the voice first. Kermit. I don't know. Wait, no, this isn't quite Kermit. Wait, where is Kermit? Kermit. This is Ghost Kermit. I'm sorry, I had to. This was very, very far in the throat, by the way, just now. But funnily enough, it didn't hurt at all. Kermit. I think this is Kermit. So could I talk like this for the whole stream? Oh my, Miss Piggy. There it is. I could probably talk like this for a good while. It is a bit difficult for the throat on the long run, but God, I have to force my tongue back for it as well. I think is the bigger problem. I have to make an active attempt to keep my tongue back. To talk like this, I'm forcing it down. But it's a fun voice. I mean, yeah, probably only 4 5. I mean, it's doable. It certainly isn't. It's not hurting me or anything. It's more an effort. I would definitely break the voice. I could talk like this for ages, no problem. It's just a bit difficult, Life ain't easy being green. Doesn't it go something like that? Somewhere over the rainbow. No, wait, there's a song that Kermit sang, isn't there? What's the song that there exists a Kermit version of it, and it's not Somewhere Over the Rainbow. But it's similar. Oh shit! I even heard it just this year. Oh god, wait. Something connection.
Is it a rainbow connection or something like that? Like, God, there's a song. It's like, da, 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 da. It's like the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Is that the name of the song? Something like that. It was like
The lovers, the dreamers, and me.
I know that. I know there's a. I'm pretty sure that there's a. You're on. Wait. Now I have to. Now I have to look it up properly. Kermit, the Rainbow. Oh, it is called Rainbow Connection. My God. Wait. Here. Oh my God. Oh God. It's great. It's great. Can only recommend. Somehow his voice makes it just even better. Oh, so good. Anyways. Anyways. And many ways. Shall we switch to the game? Boom. It's game. Night 12 already. I'm gonna be fully honest, I don't 100% know where we left off. I think we had just done... Okay, no, never mind. So we had just done the quest, or the like final thing for our Malkavian friend D'Angelo. Are we lurking in the back? Okay. You take care of yourself, Ocha. I'm wishing you the best. Yeah, we've like run around with our Malkavian friend, D'Angelo. We found the thin blood that most likely or very likely killed a lot of people and wrote paranoid messages on the wall. And right when we wanted to talk to her, lady killer and maybe twin of our sire came in and was like, I'm gonna fuck you all up. And then D'Angelo was like, hey babe, so you free tonight? No, I don't know what he exactly said, but like, you know, he was like doing his thing and he was like, I hate you. He's like, oh well, oh no, look, she escaped, what a shame. Anyways, I didn't know that this would be on the test. No, don't worry, that's what I'm telling you. And we were like, phew, thank God she doesn't have to die. Because, honestly, for a murderer, kind of cute. And then the executioner was like, I hate you, anyways, bye. And then we split with D'Angelo. So now the next thing might be to find her again. We'll see. But so do we go for our stalker? Do we go for Agathon, our shy wizard boy? Or do we go for Hope? How about we clear things up with our stalker? She did just break into our home. She is another Malkavian. But she pretends that we totally are just playing hard to get. And we need to set the record straight that no, we don't. So let's go to Elysium and confront her with Sophie. Boom. Visiting Elysium with Sophie is always a humbling experience. She's connected, well-known, important. You're nobody. Oh, suddenly we're hungry as well, apparently. You've always known this, of course, but it's especially apparent when you arrive with her. Everyone notices her, and she drinks it in like it's her birthright. I mean, it kind of comes with her clan. That's Adelaide Davis. Let's go say hello. You spot the woman Sophie's referring to, Adelaide. Adelaide, not Elaine. You're a stalker, intense, disheveled, young-looking, a Malkavian, if you've understood correctly. As you approach, Adelaide smiles at you with a darting look of distaste towards Sophie. Don't worry, I don't judge people by the company they keep. I don't know if that was the voice we gave her, but it is now. Kind of. But also, she's Malkavian. She can switch voices. You know, no one cares. That's sweet of you, darling. Let me say this straight. You can't keep doing what you've been doing. You have to leave my poor ward alone. Adelaide looks from Sophie to you and giggles. The sound must be rare in Elysium because it makes people glance towards you. I know she's making you do this. Don't worry, we'll be together again later. Why is none of the options just no? The fuck are any of these options? This is a lie. Also, you do not say this to a tsundere, because that's how people die. Let's stay friends? No. No. Let's try a normal date next. Game. The fuck are these options? We came here to set things straight. Our sire goes like, hey, stay away. You have to leave her alone. And all our options are, yeah, let's meet again later at a different, like, let's try this again, let's start anew, or I already have some. What the fuck? I don't know. I already have someone. We don't. Oh, no, we do. Never mind. I forgot. We have our wife. I already have someone. Listen, Adelaide. I already have someone. I have a lover. Adelaide laughs delightedly. Don't worry. I'm not old-fashioned. I'll be happy to meet your lover. I'm sure they're as wonderful as you are. I'm too old-fashioned for a threesome. Or we can just instantly back out and say, sorry, I lied. There is no lover. Oh my god. No, hey, no, I feel gangrels are very, very territorial and very jealous. My lover is very jealous. Oh, you know, I can be very discreet. I can wait. We're immortals. The years pass, but the feelings we have for each other are precious. You should know that I'll always be there. Somewhere. Invisible in the night. Sophie chuckles at Adelaide as Adelaide walks away. I suppose that went as well as could be expected. It seems you have a guardian angel. Have fun. Sophie steps. Excuse me, that was it. We got an achievement for that. Complete Adelaide Davis's quest line as her latest obsession. What the fuck? I mean, I guess, but what the fuck? This is not what I wanted. Huh? Okay, as Sophie steps away to chat with her friends, you feel lonely. Surrounded by kindred, you're not sure anyone can really help you navigate this bizarre social environment. Okay, well, that was a short night. I guess it makes sense because the last thing, like, felt very long, and this one not. So, we take it. I feel like I'm quieter than normal, but maybe I'm just being paranoid. Anyways, let's rest and then continue next time. Sophie requests your presence tonight, and it seems urgent. You find her already waiting for you and clearly pondering something. It takes a few minutes of awkward silence before she speaks. I require your assistance, Karen. There's a matter of great importance that I need to ask you to resolve for me. You will find what I'm about to say surprising, I'm sure, but I need you to hear me out. I need you to contact an important anarch figure in New York City and arrange a meeting for us. Aren't meetings with anarchs forbidden? Wait. Oh, okay. Our neighbor dog feels like barking. Wait, I'm pretty sure we are not supposed to meet with anarchs. We're at war, right? The prince does look unfavorably at those who meet with the anarchs. That much is true. You will find that with this, as with many other things, the Camarilla's policies have more than their share of hypocrisy inherent in them. It comes hand in hand with using medieval power structures. What we are forbidden to do, the prince may do willingly. Some of these things can be done in the open, while others are kept secret, as to not invite discord and discontent. I need to contact a man named Torque. He's an influential member of the movement and, like most of them, very suspicious of the Camarilla. That's why I'm sending you to extend my invitation. How do I know he'll talk to me? I mean, yeah, he doesn't like us, but he won't. Not yet, anyway. You need to start further down the chain and with the right story to spin. From my limited sources adjacent to the movement, I've gathered that your best chance to speak to Torque is to first meet with his right-hand woman, Mia. She's a regular at a club called the Leech Pit. I mean, okay, I don't mind talking to a woman. Wink wonk, because so far all the women were gorgeous. I think it would be best if you could present yourself as an anarch hopeful. A fledgling looking for a place to belong. Only after you talk to Torque directly should you mention my name in the meeting. I don't know, that sounds risky. It does. Lying to them won't make them trust me, but... okay, so like, I don't know, it sounds risky. We're like Karen, right? Like, we are Karen. But also only for like, what, 2 weeks? I don't know, it does sound... I think it does sound risky. I don't know, it sounds risky. I don't know, Sophie. It sounds very risky. What if they've heard of me? What if I slip up and mention you by accident? I leave the approach to your discretion, but know that you have to accomplish this on your own. I cannot involve myself, as there's just too much at stake. After tonight, I suggest that we do not speak of this again until you arrange the meeting. There are many who would jump at the chance to use this against us. With Kaiser, you have proven you can get the job done, even if it requires additional legwork. I trust you to deal with this task as quickly and covertly as possible. Forgive me, but that's all the time I can spare tonight. What I'm asking of you is just part of a bigger whole. Trust me, it will all be worth it. I'll do my best. Okay, I'll do my best. I know you will. Check with Gregory for the address of the Leech Pit, Have me introduce you to Torque. When she does, tell him I wish to meet. Let him pick the time and place, but let it be soon. If he proves to guard it, tell him I have something that will help him gather allies against Boss Callahan. That should pique his interest. Good luck. And obviously not a word about this to anyone else, not even any new friends you might have made in recent nights. This stays between us. The way she says that final sentence suggests a not-so-veiled threat, but a warm smile belies that impression. You want her to keep trusting you. You wouldn't want to disappoint her. Gregory gives you the address. The club is in Brooklyn. Apparently it's some kind of heavy metal bar with a dedicated concert space. Time to pay this Mia a visit. Okay, we're doing it instantly, okay? The place is teeming with people tonight. You arrive in the middle of a concert. The music is loud, almost deafening. It is loud, yes, thank you. And it takes you a while to get used to it. This is not your scene at all. You can barely focus through the noise, but you grit your teeth and decide to bear it. The sooner you find Mia, the sooner you'll get out of this hole. Do we know how she looks? Or do we just know she hangs out here? A group of a few dozen patrons are tightly packed together, and the smell of their sweat and youthful, excited blood overwhelms you momentarily. It's with some difficulty that you turn to the hand of task. It's really loud, isn't it? Yeah, it peaks quite a bit. Let me adjust it. Oh, it's still very loud. Like, I don't know, is this music volume? Is this effect? Or is this ambiance? Oh, this is ambiance, okay. So what if we bring you down to there? Okay, is this better? This should be better. Boop. Okay. It's with some difficulty that you turn to the task at hand. You've heard your share about the Anarchs and how they fit into kindred politics, but you only have your short encounter in Corona Park, on which to base your actual opinion on the faction. That might have been just a horrible first impression, but you're keeping your guard up, just in case. Now it is quite a bit quiet maybe on your end. Make it louder again. There we go. I mean, I feel we shouldn't feed here. Is the problem? Because last time we fed in an Anarch's territory, we got like confronted. And again, maybe that gets us her intention. You know what? Fuck it. We have to pretend to be a rebel, right? So, let's eat a concert goer. First things first. The atmosphere of this place is distracting you, with the beast nagging to be fed. If you're to put your best foot forward, you'd best get that neat out of the way temporarily. The place brims with opportunities. You decide it might be easier to just grab a somewhat drunk concert goer that strikes your fancy and see whether they'd be willing to indulge you. Sure enough, you chat up a tipsy patron and hit it off quickly, augmenting your charm with the power of your blood and the interest of time. You don't catch her name. She'd been waiting for a boyfriend, but he hasn't shown. She was pretty much all ready to dump him anyway, so hey, here's to new beginnings. Another vodka shot disappears down her throat. She kisses you on the mouth. It's super sloppy and the alcohol in her breath is overbearing. You take your chance and kiss her neck. Then, bite down. Yeah. Her evening's drinking definitely colors the way her blood tastes. Alcohol and melancholy. Not a combo you're unfamiliar with. Somebody smacks you on the head and rips you off the go just as you lick the wounds close. He throws you to the ground. Uh-oh, it's the boyfriend. The argument they get into as your victim seemingly immediately sobers up gives you the chance to mix in with the now dispersing crowd. The concert is over. A hand on your shoulder, you instinctively tense up and prepare to dodge a punch. Instead, you come face to face with a lanky woman in a jacket, 2 sizes too big for her frame. Ooh. They really have a hairstyle that they like. They certainly have a hairstyle that they like, don't they? Follow me behind the bar, Lick. I've got a few questions, and you'd better give me a snappy answer if you know what's good for you. She leads you through the bar to a back door that leads into a side room. Indie metal band posters are plastered on every wall, some of them 20 or more years old, judging from the tour dates. An old sticky table and some rickety chairs are the only pieces of furniture here. Sit down. I think I'm comfortable. Yeah, because we're cool and, edgy now. Why don't you sit down? I think I'm comfortable. I think I'm comfortable standing. Thanks. She shrugs her shoulders. Suit yourself. She leans against one of the walls. The name's Mia. I'm guessing your visit here isn't a happy coincidence. I don't know you, so you're either new in New York or kept an outstandingly low profile. Both sound suspect. So before we take these pleasantries further, answer me this. Who do you run with? Instantly, Sophie Langley. I'm independent, Camarilla, but I'm looking to switch. Yeah. I mean, we were told to, pretend to be a, prospect, right? Camarilla, I'm looking to switch. Camarilla, I guess, but I'm looking to switch. Is that so? She looks you up and down, it's hard to read her. Alright, sure, I'll bite. Let's get one thing out of the way. She leans in. If this is some clever ploy to oust me from my domain, or if you're just here to spy on me and the movement, I'll make sure you don't enjoy undeath much longer. Got it? You can tell it's a purely rhetorical question. No shit. Right, here's the pitch. The Camarilla likes to think they're the vanilla option, what with Prince Bitch Panhard pretending that they are always in charge. But New York has never been a full cami city. They might have won this city in '99, but cams have had their asses handed to them many times over the years, and the movement has been here as least as long as they have. No, I moved to New York City before World War II, and that was a good while after I saw the Camarilla for what they are. A way to keep us all subservient and in line. The Ivory Tower will tell you they're the only safeguard for the traditions. That's kind of the problem. The Ivory Tower, another name for the Camarilla. The more you know. There's only one tradition we in the movement feel should be respected. Masquerade, obviously. Everything else. Ask the prince and she'll tell you it's the logical continuation of the Masquerade, but really it's just a way to keep the elders powerful and in control. She grimaces. But here's the thing. For all the talk of us bloodsuckers being solitary creatures, we need a community to keep up the masquerade. Community, yes. But authority? Not so much. We need a council of peers to keep the assholes and power-drunk fledglings in check, but not a feudal prince to tell you where to feed or who to hunt down and when they step on toes. Oh, or who to hunt down when they step on her toes. She takes a brief break from her indignant rant. Sounds too good to be true. Mia bares her teeth in a predatory smile. You better believe it. Sure, we still have a struggle with the urges of our kind, but it's safer and more fair. We're as free as our condition permits. But unlike Autarchis, we don't stand alone. Autarchis, the unbounded, vampires who remain outside the larger kindred society of a given city, either by ignorance or choice. Usually considered anarchs by members of the Camarilla, though most unbound have nothing to do with the movement. I mean, yeah, probably because they don't care about others. Autarchs, of course. Yeah, makes sense. Autarchis, yeah. Normally a guy by the name of Callahan has been overseeing the movement agenda in New York City for the past few decades. Most follow his lead. So, I should talk to Callahan? Most. But not you? You make it sound like it's most, but not you. Yeah, not me. If you're concerned about being well received in the city, you might need to go through Callahan. But if you're serious about the Anarch, because itself, it's not your guy. Callahan eats up fledglings like you and shits out self-preservation. His position as Baron is mighty shaky now, not least due to the fact he's backstabbed more than his share of allies. Baron, at its most basic, a Baron's a strong anarch who controls territory and wields authority over those living in it. One of the most common types of Barons is a Lick, who has a city, neighborhood, or even just a building. The most common type is a Baron who attempts to control an entire city on his own. A local strongman. He behaves suspiciously like a Camarilla prince. So, he's doing what any other old fart in a position of power would do. He's doubling down. Negotiations are out, intimidation is in. Tightening ranks as a precaution against the Second Inquisition. He surprises you by hacking and spitting on the ground in disgust. Now there's no music anymore? Maybe there just isn't any? If you spend some time with the cams, that should sound very familiar to you. He's no better than Panhard and our cronies are at this point. No. You need to contact Torque. And wouldn't you know it? It's your lucky night. Because I'm the Lick to do it, though, through. Why Torque? Torque, huh? Why him? Because he's one of the good guys. Or at least as good as we leeches can be. Torque is a leader, a local baron who's overseeing a small domain, but doing a very good job of it. Callahan knows this, so he's giving him shit. Torque is taking it like a champ. He's smart like that. But one of those rebels, he's got the patience of a saint. Makes you think back to how things used to be way back when. The stories are to be believed. Anyways, you want to meet him? I'm gonna require a show of goodwill first. What do you have in mind? That's fair. What do you have in mind? She flashes you a mischievous half-smile. I appreciate your readiness. I don't have the details just now. Ask for me at the bar when you're able. I'll leave something for you and we'll take it from there. Now come on. I gotta go. She walks out of the bar and you go your separate ways. Seems like there's nothing more to do than return here later and see if Mia really can help you contact Torque. Alright. Ooh. Oh god, okay. Ooh. Alright, we will go with our lovely D'Angelo. As you leave your haven, a homeless man bumps into you. You turn after him, but he blends into the night crowd before you can even get a good look at his face. Instinctively, you check your pocket. A note. Looking at Manhattan Bridge. Come over. D. He's the D everyone is always talking about. Let's go. Knowing there are only so many places with a good enough view of the Manhattan Bridge, you decide to check the ones that aren't likely to be crowded at this time of night. It doesn't take long before you hit the jackpot. Jane's Carousel. As you're walking along the pier, you notice a lonely figure sitting on the bench, steel flask in hand, his legs up on the railing. Soon enough, you hear a familiar voice.
Evening turned to night, and as the final flickering rays of sunlight gave way to the kind nocturnal shadows, so did the last of the jabbing tourists give way to a blended silence. And yet, couldn't shake the feeling.
Pausing mid-sentence, he leans back over the bench backrest and looks straight at you. Upside down, his face looks even creepier than usual.
That I wasn't alone.
What's in the flask? That flask, is that what I think it is?
Depends on what you think it is. It's a little something from my private reserve. Call it the Drunken Sailor, because that's probably where it came from.
He takes a sip, then points the flask in your general direction.
Want some?
You know what? Let's go, brother. Sure, why not? I guess we will find out whether or not Drunken Sailor is part of the humans that we can drink. You smell the content of the flask and immediately recoil. Even if it wasn't for the nasty whiff of cheap booze, the underlying scent of blood underneath it isn't appetizing at all, either. You know what? I'll pass.
You won't hear me complaining. Not about that anyway. There's been another one. Killing, I mean. Down by the docks.
I swear, he also changed. This wasn't his voice. But it was something like this. So, like, you know, close enough. Same MO. The blood, the graffiti.
Yep. Was our gal alright?
Oh, second wife.
Victim sucked dry. Same as before.
No, second wife is the Malkavian. This is third wife.
Victim sucked dry, same as before. Another sign on the wall, something about impending doom, and oh lord, he coming. Particulars escape me. You know, that night I saw her. She looked so frail, so innocent. Deep inside I was hoping she'd be spooked, get out of town, and maybe, just maybe, that would be the end of it. But that's me, you know. Hopelessly optimistic.
You know why she's doing it? Any idea why she's doing it?
Doesn't really matter at this point. Whether she's Kane's chosen or just a poor girl gone nuts after a botched embrace. One thing is painfully clear.
He gives you a look full of worry and sadness.
She ain't gonna stop.
Takes a swig, as if to punctuate the sentence.
So anyway, I've set up a meeting, neutral ground, public space. Shouldn't get too ugly. Still, was hoping you could tag along.
Larson? Is it Larson again?
Nah, leave the poor schmuck alone for now. It's pretty clear he's just as clueless as we are.
He looks away and pats the bench next to where he's sitting.
You might want to sit for this one.
Am I meeting your parents? I have to. Am I meeting your parents? Unless you want to introduce me to your parents, I can probably handle it. Come on. Who is it?
Valerie.
That murderous bitch from last time. Valerie, as in murderous bitch Valerie likes to choke people out of the fuck of it. Valerie? That Valerie.
You ever notice that if you repeat a word enough times it just starts to sound like animal noises? But yes, that Valerie.
Especially if you neigh it.
I know you two didn't exactly hit it off, but she's not as bad as you might think. I mean, in some respects she's probably worse, but she can be reasoned with.
Once again, he goes for the flask, but stops himself mid-motion.
Look, the way I see it, we ain't got a choice. As much as I want to help Sana, she's clearly a few bats short of a belfry. Belfry? Belfry?
Listen, I don't know that one.
Most people are gonna die unless we... Oh, more people are gonna die unless we do something about it.
I still don't like it. You think Valerie can be trusted? Do you really think we can trust someone like Valerie? D'Angelo almost as a spit take.
Fuck no! But we can't do business with her. I'm just worried that her asking price might be too steep for my liking. Then again, you don't always get what you want, huh?
Noticeably proud of his... Oh my god, I'm sorry. Oh. The post-meal tiredness set in there. Noticeably proud of his words of wisdom, he tries to top him off with one last swig. A single drop falls between his crooked teeth. He looks at the empty flask with the utmost contempt.
Wow, ain't that fucking poignant?
Muttering a curse under his breath, he makes a valiant effort to get up off the bench. As he staggers, struggling to remain upright, you offer your shoulder to lean on. Okay, give me a second. Okay. I just had to make sure of something. Okay. And here. He shoots you a smile that's as crooked as it's affectionate.
Hey kid,
You meet his gaze. Or trying to look friendly rather than condescending.
you're right.
With that heartfelt moment, you bid adieu to the sprawling vista and make your way towards the bridge. Next stop, Manhattan. Hooray! Entering the park from Midtown Manhattan, you promptly take a spot by one of the alleys. Not very deep into the park. Minutes pass. 5, 10, 15. You start to wonder if she's ever gonna show up. Suddenly you hear a familiar voice, but with an unfamiliar tone. Sounds almost nice. Hello, Jeannie. And there she is, walking along the side of the fountain. She looks less out of place here than back at the junkie-infested hovel, but only by slight margin. Something tells you there are only so many places she would feel at home, and probably not one you would want to find yourself in.
Oh?
She glances over at you, barely noticing your presence. Sorry about last time. Nothing personal. You understand? When I get caught up in the moment, I can get a bit intense.
I can attest to that.
Kind of room, you two. Let's get down to business. To defeat the Huns. Play nice, you two. We have some business to discuss. Oh, work, no play, huh? Why not? Turns to D'Angelo and flutters her eyelashes. You can tell she doesn't see you as her equal, but this come hither routine is getting kind of unnerving. Lay it on me, sugar. It's about Sana. We have a proposition for you. We have a mutual beneficial proposition. Does the pup speak for you, Ginny? Or is it Ginny? Maybe it's Ginny. Angelo, Ginny. I guess it's Ginny and not Genie. Because I'm getting a weird Sorceress Apprentice vibe right now.
Give the kid a break, Val. We're here about Sana, the thin blood you're after. The goat's a threat. We need to find her. Figured we can do it faster if we work together.
Uh-huh. Keep going, honey. Because I have a feeling there's a catch coming.
Catch is...
Awkward silence. It's not often you see him at a loss for words. Seeing him struggle, you decide to jump in. Don't be a murderous bitch. Yeah, that seems like the reasonable thing to ask for and how to phrase it. With someone who is very much more powerful than us. Yeah. We want her alive. We want the girl to stay alive. See, now that's a deal breaker right there, sugar. You want me to even consider it? You have to sweeten the pot. Once again, she turns to D'Angelo. And I bet tall, dark, and handsome over here might have some ideas. You want a cookie? I swear, how many options do they want to give me to just murder? Like, they might as well just, like, off yourself. Now, just tell us what you want. Oh, you're no fun anymore.
She wants a higher profile target. To show off to the prince what a good little scourge she is. That all you care about nowadays, huh? Playing the game? Climbing the ranks?
A smile creeps onto her lips. You can tell it's forced. D'Angelo definitely knows how to get under her skin. That's my guinea. Do you really think she would kill Karen? I mean, she might be too, like, lawful for it, but she would definitely do something to us that we would not like. A big old brain. And a heart to match. Once again, she turns to you. I know right away he'd try to help this girl. He does love him a damsel in distress. But you... I'm not sure what your angle is. She's pretty. Same as you. Advancement. I feel D'Angelo will not like this. So we'll say the, like, you know, thing that is not 100% a lie, but like kind of. It's the right thing to do. I don't have an angle. Just seems like the right thing to do. Oh wow. Seriously? Ginny, you got yourself a live one. Good for you. So there, you know my terms. Contact me when you've made up your mind. Don't take too long though, I'm a lucky girl. I might just find your little thin blood on my own. Still, I hope we can work together. We did make a good team back in the day, didn't we? Slowly, seductively, she puts her arms around his shoulders. She glances over to you, clearly enjoying how awkward it makes you feel. D, you have some explaining to do. D, once this meeting is over, you'll have some explaining to do. You hear that, Genie? You're in some hot water now. Anyway, withdrawing from the strange half-embrace, she flicks D'Angelo's nose gently with her index finger. Almost instantly, she turns from flirtatious to dispassionate. However this plays out, I have a feeling we'll meet again sooner than later. Until then, without sparing you another glance, she disappears down an unlit park alley. D'Angelo watches her go. The look on his face, a mixture of longing and guilt, is borderline comical. Finally, he turns back towards you as if breaking some spell he was under.
Well, it could have gone a lot worse.
Were you guys a thing? Okay, I have to ask. Did you and she ever...
Nope, not going there. Mel and I, we got some history, some of it good, some of it bad. Let's leave it at that. And kid, don't be fool. Belle likes to play around, but she will rip your fucking guts out and stuff 'em up your ass if it means she can get what she wants. And right now, she wants me to give her Larson.
Why would she want Larson? Larson, why would she want him?
He's a primogen, remember? A weak one, but still. For Scourge, he's a much more valuable target than some no-name Duskborn. And it just so happens that a certain someone might have some dirt on him.
He squints, rubbing the bridge of his nose.
Fuck it. I'm heading back to the office. Need to put my feet up. Get some blood flowing on through the old noggin. You coming?
You're not. Why the hell not? And so you make your way towards Fifth Avenue. You've got a long way ahead of you and a lot of stuff to figure out. Although it's not your first visit, you still find it hard to navigate the dark, rust-ridden corners of the grain terminal. Luckily, this time you're with someone who could probably do this blindfolded, so you just follow his lead. As you're both climbing the rickety stairs leading to the mezzanine, you suddenly notice light coming from D'Angelo's office. A quick look assures you that no, he did not in fact leave it on. You bust through the door like undead Tango and Hooch, or was that Turner and Cash? Ready to unleash unholy fury on the intruders. You half expect an Anarch death squad or an SI hunting party. Instead, you get Larson, who nearly falls out of the chair when you two burst in. Missed us already? Well, look who it is. Missed us already? Hardly. Seemingly both intrigued and irritated by the surprise visit, D'Angelo walks over to a cabinet and pulls out a fresh cigar.
And may I ask what brings you, O venerable primogen, to my humble abode?
He points at a tiny shadow cowering in the corner of the room. To your astonishment, it turns out to be a very familiar face. The blood. No. Not again. Please. Did she tell you anything? She just keeps babbling about blood and signs and all this nonsense. She came to my house, probably figured out who I was, thought I could help her. But honestly, I have no idea what to do with her. I mean, I should turn her into the prince, but that's just another strike against my people. And again, I can't just set her loose. Not after what she did. Fuck. D'Angelo, you can tell that I'm desperate if my first instinct was to come to you.
No, Larson. I would attribute that decision to what's left of your common sense.
He leans over to you. Reposition myself.
Hey kid, I think we should call it a night. Just give me some time to talk to the girl. Maybe I'll get through to her somehow.
The sign. It's always there.
Though, I ain't holding my breath.
Honestly, you're glad to leave it to him. Spending the night in a small room with a tiny serial killer somehow doesn't seem too appealing. Still, you're hoping D'Angelo will be alright. He's got some tough choices ahead of him. Ooh, he does, doesn't he? Let's rest. And a new night. Okay, who pops up? D'Angelo popped up? Oh, and we're at the leech pit again. Without having a choice. You arrive at the leech pit, finding it less rowdy than the last time. The bar is still packed, but the dance floor is empty tonight. Instead, the old, crackling speakers are playing music that would probably sound like noise, even on high-end hardware. Mia is nowhere to be seen, but you do remember she requested that you ask for her at the bar. Let me drink something. Moisten up my throat a bit. You approach the bar as the bartender finishes pouring a beer for an older guy in a faded, fraying Iron Maiden t-shirt. She turns to you. What can I get you? I was told to ask about Mia. I was told to ask about Mia at the bar? Yeah. Well, she's not in tonight. She looks you up and down, and a spark of recollection shines in her eye. Oh yeah, that's right. She takes a well-worn book from behind the counter, some kind of YA vampire novel, and flips through it. She produces a piece of paper from between the book pages and passes it to you. She told me you'd be interested in reading this. You find a relatively quiet corner and take a look at the note. T wants to meet you. I'll arrange it, but you need to prove you're trustworthy. Look around the leech pit for a guy named Bruce, buff dude, tattoo sleeve on his right arm. 90% sure he's somebody's retainer, sent here to spy on us by the cam. Give me the name of his master and write it on this card, then return it to the bar. A human who serves a vampire master. Kindred rarely go without at least a few of these mortals, both for convenience and protection. It doesn't take you long to locate this Bruce guy. He sits alone in a corner, 2 beer glasses already empty on his table. You take a moment to consider your approach. Let's just eat people. No, we don't have a red outline, so we should be good. Ask for his master's name up front. No, we're a Ventru. We strike up a conversation. The man immediately notices you, but doesn't move from his spot. The other seats are empty. When you focus the blood to boost your attractiveness, it's not just Bruce who notices. He's into you. So are the other people, doing double takes as they pass your table. Oh my god, he looks like... God, I think it's Jacob from, like... Twilight? Before he cuts his hair. Hey, you. Have I
see you here before.
It's my first night here. I don't think so. It's my first night here.
Hey, I'm lucky I'm here tonight then.
Ask him about the name. Nicely. I know you're here because somebody asked you to spy on this place. It'd make me really happy if you gave me their name.
What? Do you mean Sam?
You seem to know a lot more about the movies than I do. Well, I watched all except the last one last year. In the Discord. Like, group watching thingy. Oh, funnily enough, I think it was even right before we did the Oli Can stream. No! Even worse, I think it was before we voluntarily... I mean, you know, was with people. And I kind of contributed to, like, the whole watching thing, so it was like, you know, might as well. It's, like, fun for, like, you know, the company. The movies were absolutely garbage. But the company was fun, and, like, making fun of them was also interesting, like, was also neat. You know, you can even watch a bad movie with friends, and it becomes better.
What? Meet Sam?
He catches himself, realizes what you're doing, his eyes dart over your shoulder. You thought you had him cornered, but he suddenly leaps over the table in one smooth move and dashes through the sparse crowd. You catch up to him outside. He's bolting, alright. Command him to stop.
Hold. Bruce. Stop.
Simple command. Obeyed to the letter. You approach him, drag him into a nearby alleyway. Snaps out of your previous command, but now there are only a few meters between the two of you. Tell him his cover's blown. Eat the name out of him with fortitude. Jesus Christ. What? Why would we need fortitude to punch him? No. Tell him his cover's blown. Listen. Your cover is blown. I was told who you are. You better come clean. Your master's name. That's all I need.
Bullshit. Besides, she'd kill me if I told you. And I quite like being alive.
Mate, I'm already hungry. You forced me to do this. Let's beat the name out of him. You clash. You're not great at trading blows, but Bruce clearly doesn't feel comfortable fighting a woman, and with your powers his punches barely register anyway. It takes a few moments to beat him into submission, but a precise kick to the... Oh, goddammit! To the groin sends him to the ground. His face is swollen and his hand protectively placed over his nuts, he gives in.
Oh, fuck. Fucking bitch. What the fuck do you want from me?
The master's name. Now.
Samira, alright? Her name is Samira, just... Fuck. Leave me the fuck alone, you goddamn psycho.
You throw one last blow at the pathetic asshole's extremely punchable face for good measure and make your way back to the leech pit. Time to leave something for Mia. You borrow a pen from the bar and flip Mia's note to the other side. Samira, you put the name down on the piece of paper, hoping you got it right. You heard it before, you think. Maybe that night at Elysium when the Anarch got executed? Yeah, that's it. It was the woman the prince talked to. It was pretty grim. Here's hoping it was all worth it and won't come back to bite you in the ass. You pass the piece of paper to the bartender. She sticks it back in the same book. Hold on 1 second. She wanted me to pass something on to you. She produces a cell phone from behind the counter. It's ancient, at least 15 years out of date. Alright, and this. A no charger for the piece of junk in your hand. They really did think of everything. She said she'll be in touch. Takes you a moment to remind yourself how to operate this thing, and you find that this phone book is blank. There's no Wi-Fi connectivity and no saved messages. It's got a version of Snake though. The bartender is already over at the other end of her domain, taking orders from patrons. With your NR contact nowhere in sight, you decide to move on for the night. Hopefully, your educated guesses based on the scraps of info you collected will be enough for Mia to call you. Why can we not feed now? The hunger calls to you. The city's skyscrapers, the seemingly never-ending sprawl of the boroughs. It's all a prison. You need to get out. You need to take back control over your life this instant. The memory of your sire's frosty blue eyes mock you, tempts you to show your dominance, to prove you have the guts to take what you want. Feeding. That's just the thing. Coaxing. No ordering a mortal to bend to your will. No, ordering a mortal to bend to your will. Drinking deep from their lifeblood. Faces pass by you. While some look more ravishing than others, any would do right now. You compose yourself. Your rational mind, fearing a blatant breach of the masquerade, temporarily hold over the beast and its compulsions. Calming yourself is a small victory in and of itself. This semblance of command will have to do for now, but it won't last. You need to quench this hunger before it overtakes you and makes you lose control. Hunger makes you lose control. Hunger makes you lose control. Let's talk with... Shall we talk with our lovely reporter? Frank Dougherty, a shining example of journalist excellence, is trying to get in touch with you. This can't mean anything good. It's been some time since you last had it with Ed Red Hook. We should probably get back to... Okay. Let's talk to Frank first. Good old Frank. Visiting Sophie's Haven, the doorman stops you. You've been here enough times that he recognizes you and says there's a note left for you. You ask about the person who left the note, and the doorman gives a description that can only be Frank Dougherty, the reporter. Once you get the note, you step aside to read it.
I have what you asked. Everything, all the details. This is crazier than you can imagine. Come to meet me at the beautiful View Motel in Queens. I'm waiting for you.
The note is unsigned. On impulse, you return to the street. You didn't have anything important to do with Sophie anyway. It would be much better to come back with real information. Stepping into the beautiful View Motel, you can't help but think that the name makes promises, that the building fails to deliver. Outside, there's nothing but an ugly parking lot. Empty, the paint marking the parking space almost completely worn away. Standing in the lobby, it feels like there's decades worth of stale cigarette smoke. You're happy not being able to breathe anymore. The furniture looks like it was picked up from a yard sale in the 60s. There's something appropriate in the grubbiness of the surroundings. They fit the image you have of Frank perfectly. It's appropriate to find him in a place like this. You nod to the old woman manning the reception desk. She seems totally uninterested in what you're doing, her eyes glued to the small TV perched on the desk. A cop show. Walking deeper into the motel, you find a lounge that might have aspired to a kind of lavish comfort in its glory days. Now it just feels sticky, like you need to wash your clothes afterwards. Frank sits on a bar stool. There's no bartender, but Frank has a shot glass in his hand. It looks even sweater than usual. Frank fidgets with the glass in hand, as if he wanted to give a good impression, but couldn't suppress a nervous tick.
Oh God, what voice did we give him? I hope you're ready, 'cause I have everything you asked for.
Frank Dougherty is a professional, after all. Yes,
Oh, Frank Dougherty is a professional, after all. Yes, indeed. They try to smear my name, but I get the story.
I hope your story is good. You look nervous. You look nervous.
You'd be nervous too if you'd been fucked over as many times as I have. As they think you're a bad guy, they just start making lies about you. Doesn't matter what's true and what isn't.
Frank seems to be in a strange mood, hard to read. Maybe it's just the alcohol speaking. But something is off about him. Who's they? Who's they, Frank?
Everyone. All those assholes who thought they were smarter than me. You're a reporter. You make mistakes. Everyone does. You make enemies. You get facts wrong. So why was I singled out?
You're not sure you can get anything out of Frank. He's throwing himself a pity party and decided to invite you. You decide to try one more time. I can help you. I'm your friend, Frank. I can help you. Frank sounds like he has plenty more bitterness inside him waiting to come out.
Let me tell you something else.
An ear-splitting sound fills the lounge and a bright flash blinds you. For a second, an irrational panic grips your dead heart. It's the sunshine. You're going to burn to death in a cheap motel in Queens. As your vision adjusts, something whizzes past you. There's a series of thunking sounds, something impacting the bar. Frank is lifting the shot glass, miraculously still in his hand. A massive bloodstain spreads across his shirt. Will he be our first ghoul? For a bizarre, incongruous moment, you stare at the thing sticking out of Frank's chest. It's a crossbow bolt. Another two lie scattered next to you, next to the bar, having missed their targets. One missed you by a hair's breadth. Turning around, you see figures dressed in black, tactical gear storming into the room in eerie silence. Perhaps the flashbang damaged your ears. They drop their tactical crossbows and lift up rifles. Who comes prepared with a crossbow? Frank slumps to the floor. A wooden crossbow bolt will paralyze a vampire. If struck through human heart, it kills. The scent of blood fills the air. Break through to the front door. If we have to rampage at some point, it might as well be now, hey? You're a vampire. One of the kindred. Fuck it. What's a few bullets? You'll mend. A man is lifting a rifle to shoot at you. You can see his face through the visor of the black helmet he's wearing. The rest of the attackers are equally anonymous. 3 men and a woman looking like they were going to attack a terrorist base or a vampire's nest. You run straight at them, jumping over a rancid sofa. The man in front fires by reflex and you feel one of the bullets tear into your stomach. Oh well, nothing important there anymore. Crash through a window. Through the window! Through the wall! There's a big window right in front of you, on the other side of the lounge. It's been covered in black plastic sheathing, having been broken and now waiting to be repaired. That's the shortest way out. You don't stop to think, running right at the black-clad figures in front of you. The first man fires his rifle by reflex, hitting you in the shoulder as you reach him. Your assailants step back, trying to establish a field of fire where they don't risk hitting their friends. Use their moment of hesitation to run right through them, jumping from a sofa to crash through the plastic covering the window. Just as you hit it, the attackers start firing, bullets from their sleek black rifles shedding the plastic to pieces as you crash through it, stumbling onto the curb outside. It takes you a second to register the bullets that hit you in the back. You're wounded, hurt, but no time to think about that now. You have just enough time to take in the parking lot. There are 4 SUVs parked in the motel's front door, all black with tinted windows. A man and a woman, middle-aged, dressed like detectives, stare at you in surprise as you run past them. One tries to yell something as you stumble to your car, wrench the door open and turn the ignition. For a terrifying moment you fumble with the keys, but then the car starts and you floor it, careening onto the highway. As you drive away, you check your wounds. You're healing the damage you sustained, but better stop by your haven for a change of clothes before you go see Sophie, even if you are in a hurry. You run into Sophie's building, ravenously hungry from mending your body. The doorman looks at you anxiously as you dash past, unconsciously sensing your bestial nature. Your bestial nature, I guess, because there wasn't an A. You pound on the door of Sophie's apartment, more for the sake of your own nerves than because you think it's any help. After a few moments, Sophie herself opens the door and looks at you in surprise. She doesn't have her makeup on, and her hair is disheveled. You've caught her on a night off. What happened to you? As you step into the apartment and follow Sophie to her living room, you see the remains of a party. Empty glasses, a faint smell of blood in the air. You have no time to contemplate Sophie's social life, however. It was an ambush. We're being hunted. We're being hunted. We're all going to die. Sometimes I regret taking you under my wing. If you don't calm down, I'll feed you to whoever's after me. Sit down and stay calm. I'll check whether this apartment is still secure. You sit down, suddenly conscious of the vast gulf in experience between you and Sophie. She's managed to stay alive for a very long time and knows how to survive. You only hope that you'll survive along with her. For the next hour or so, you sit on Sophie's sofa, answering minute questions about Frank and the commandos who assaulted you. At intervals, she makes murmuring phone calls to mysterious contacts. After a longer while, Sophie lets you go. You should be safe. And more importantly, I should be safe too. I've taken measures to secure both of our havens, but keep your eyes open nonetheless. You leave Sophie's apartment wondering whether you'd survive another ambush like this. Well, Rip, I kind of feel bad. But only a bit. Okay, well, that was an interesting night, and now we really need to take the first chance to fucking feed. Rest. A piece of paper is sticking out of your mailbox. It's a computer printout. A note and a screenshot from Google Maps. It reads, "Meet me at the indicated spot tomorrow at 10 p.m. I'll pick you up and we'll take it from there." No signature. Place marked on the map is the lookout point near Pier 1, just next to the Brooklyn Bridge. You check the phone that Mia passed on to you. No new messages, no missed calls. It's all a bit fishy, but there's only one way to find out who addressed this to you. Looks like tomorrow evening has been planned out for you. Plan was to return to your haven for the day. Sun is coming up, after all. That's not what the beast has in store for you. Oh no. The feeling of emptiness, the overwhelming famishment that takes hold of you cannot be denied or bargained with. The time when you could reason with your thirst is over. You don't remember how it happens exactly, but you find yourself in an alley sucking the last drop of blood from the savage gash in a corpse's neck. You have killed somebody tonight, and did it very close to your haven. Any attempts at covering up this poor soul's death becomes secondary when you realize that the dull glow over the city in the east is the sun coming up. You barely make it back to your haven in time. You realize your clothes are a mess, torn in places, covered in blood. Your victim's blood. How many people saw you get into the building? You don't know. It was a panicked sprint to escape the light, instinct, saving your skin. The same instinct that decided it was time to feed the beast. You cannot let this happen again. You cannot ignore the hunger for as long as you did before tonight. I mean, to be fair, I kind of hoped that I might eat all the, like, assailants, but they didn't want to let me. Your humanity depends on it. You go downstairs as soon as you wake up. One more glance at the phone, but no news from Mia. You take the car down to Brooklyn, park on Front Street, and approach the meeting spot cautiously. A figure of about Mia's size is standing there, dressed in an oversized jacket and looking out towards Manhattan. As you approach, you can hear her muttering something. Oh, she looks different from behind. But that's not her, no. Mia has, like, way different hair. Is it true? But I do not think it is. I do not think it's true. If I do not think it's true, then it cannot be true. And if it cannot be true, then... I'm supposed to meet somebody here. Hey, I'm meeting somebody here tonight. I don't suppose that would be you. The woman turns around. It's not Mia. Whoever it is, you have never seen her before. She looks perfectly plain and unmemorable. Why, yes. It's me. We are meeting now. You're meeting me. I'm meeting you. Such a joyous occasion. You turn around. 3 men, all of them burly and threatening, approach you. One of them takes the lead.
So, you got the message?
Who are you? And who are you, jokers?
Your, how do you say it? Entourage. The boss wants to meet you.
Callahan?
That's Boss Callahan to you, fuckface. Suggest you get a move on. We've got places to be.
The voice of the woman keeps creeping into your consciousness. The litany of gibberish ever present throughout this entire conversation. The man cracks his knuckles.
Or we can do it the hard way.
No. No, we do not give in to them. Resist and tough it out. Then again, they are definitely also vampires based on the, like, glowing eyes, so I feel we're gonna get fucking beaten up. Resist and tough it out. Let's go. You're not going down without a fight. You rush the man and hit him, bracing for an unpleasant beating. A shriek fills your head. It's the woman. She's making you feel small and weak. The 2 other men join in. Kicks, punches, you barely feel them. You fight back, fiercely, and a few good hits. A baseball bat breaks on your shoulder. A poorly aimed stake scrapes your chest, slides off the ribcage, breaks on the pavement. The wailing of the woman drowns out everything until all you can think of is that you need to make her shut up. She must obey. You're weak, bruised. They keep hitting you and hitting you and hitting you. You stop resisting.
Finally tenderized. Going to be nice now, stupid bitch. Load her onto the boat, boys.
They drag you along. You want to resist, but they got you right where they want you. Take a while for your blood to give you back the strength to fight. A rickety motorboat is waiting at the pier. They throw you in. The engine starts. You're off to somewhere. It's hard to tell, especially after they throw a cloth bag over your head. It takes 15 or so minutes to reach your destination, you think. The engine dies down and you are led on shore, and then further up an incline and through some overgrowth. 10 more minutes of walking, maybe, until a deep voice reaches your ear.
Vincent, my dear boy, why the hood over our guest's face? Well, boss, I thought...
No. That will not do. How many times do I have to repeat myself, Vincent? You do not have to think. You have to listen and do what you're told. Yes.
Yes, boss.
Well, take that ridiculous sack off their head, will you? The hood comes off. The owner of the deep voice is a curious sight, dressed in what can only be described as Victorian clothing with a monocle and graying red hair. Is this Callahan? Jesus Christ. That's certainly not what I was expecting. Apologies for Vincent's unacceptable behavior. He can be a little thick sometimes. Isn't that right, Vincent?
Yeah, boss. Sometimes a little.
I believe you already know who I am. You're the Anarch Baron. The Anarch Baron. Ain't that the truth? Douglas Callahan is my name, but you may call me Boss. Everyone does, for good reason. I have invited you here to have a friendly chat. Isn't that nice? Now let me make myself perfectly clear. I am disappointed in you, truly disappointed, but I arranged this meeting to allow you to make amends. First, though, I have to make sure you understand what your infraction was. So, do you know why you're here? Because I wanted to meet with Torque? Probably. Is it because I wanted to meet with Torque? Yes. You're not stupid, so that's a nice change of pace. Torque is the reason you're here. Or that little angsty strumpet of his, I'm told, yes. Mia. Oh, how I'd love to get my hands on her gaunt neck and wring it until it breaks. Was that even properly audible? I don't know. It was. At least CC picked it up. But see, I'm a statesman and that's not the prudent thing to do. No, indeed the prudent thing to do is to tolerate both her and that blasted ebony-skinned mentor of hers. Oh, he's a racist. So, if I ever needed more reason to hate him, I just got it. He's a racist. Lovely. Just absolutely lovely. Oh my god, I hate it. I knew I hated him, but like, somehow he got worse. If you ask me, it went downhill when you women folk got voting. And he's a misogynist. For fuck's sake. Oh my god. I can't. They really pull like all the strings on him. Like, oh yeah, by the way, hi, I have my goons. I have like a god complex. I'm racist. I'm misogynistic. Like, what next? Like, come on, like, what other checkbox can I mean, he probably also hates the gay. Like, let's just check that box as well. When you women folk got voting rights, made you believe you were on the same level as us men. What a ridiculous notion that was. What the fuck? I feel dirty saying that. What the shit? Jesus Christ. Finished with your disgusting rant. Please, just let me go. Take that shit back or else. Finished with your disgusting rant. Please, just let me go. Let's go with that. Everything else seems too stupid. Please, just let me go. Oh, I will. I will. But not just yet. I will request something from you and you will obey me to the letter. But that comes later. First you will answer a few questions. First of which is, who pointed you to Mia? Nobody. It was my idea. Oh, really? And what was your intention behind the meeting? I wanted to fuck her. I needed her help. I need your help with something. Oh, come on. You have to be a bit more specific than that. I need to know exactly what it was you discussed. I wanted her to explain the Anarchs to me. Just wanted to learn about the Anarchs, so I asked her about the movement. Oh, child, you should have come to me then. I am the Anarch movement in New York, and nobody makes a secret out of it. You bet on the wrong horse, as I'm sure you'll soon learn. See, that wasn't hard now, was it? Of course, I can't be sure how much of what you told me was true, and how much of it is worth about as much as yesternight's horse shit. But I'll find out. I always do. When I do, we'll have another one of those nice talks. And maybe, just maybe you'll avoid this upcoming unpleasant episode next time. He gives Vince a sign and the burly man starts hitting you all over. You feel teeth, ribs and fingers break. Your foot is mangled under Vince's boot. Your shoulder dislocated, your nose racked. That's enough, Vince. Let them be. He snaps his fingers in front of your face a few times and checks if you can focus on his face. You can, but barely. I'm a man of principle. Another night I would perhaps put you in a casket, dip it in concrete and dump it in the Hudson. A favorite of mine during the Roaring '20s. It's been a while. But, like I mentioned before, I'm nothing but prudent. And so the interests of the city kindred must come before my own needs and wants. I will therefore let you continue your existence. Here's what I require in return for this boon. You are forbidden to meet Torque. I will keep an eye on you, on him. If you want a place with the Anarchs, you go through me, and only me. Got it? You have to understand, what I made my associates do to you tonight was just business. We can still work out a mutually beneficial relationship. In fact, it's either that, or your final death. Time to go, Vincent. Take the boat back. Leave the fledgling here. I think they have a lot to think about.
Sure thing, boss.
Pleasure making your acquaintance. Callahan walks away, as do Vince and his band of thugs. You lie on the ground for a while longer, feeling the blood slowly putting your body back together, your hunger growing. You can hear the beast calling for sustenance, for safety, for revenge. A distant but pronounced third desire. It's not until you mend yourself enough to appear more as a mugging victim than an possibly mangled walking cadaver that you hail a passing taxi and head back to your haven. The whole way there you are tempted by the beast. Your driver, 30-something with strong Slavic accent and an unpronounceable name on his ID, keeps asking if he should drive you to the hospital. You keep declining, all the while thinking that if you only asked him to pull over for 5 minutes, you could feast on his warm blood to the beast content. Drink him whole. Nobody would know. Nobody but his wife and kids, if he has them. Nobody but his boss and co-workers. Nobody but you, as you look in the mirror tomorrow. Keeping your hunger at bay was never before as difficult as it is tonight. The driver stops at your apartment building. There's nobody around. You can do it. Do it. Now. Now. Resist. We gotta resist. We already killed someone last night. You paid the driver and walk out. Fast. Leave the car behind. Don't look back. Look back. Walk back. Feed. No. Through the door. Up the stairs. Key in the lock. Open the apartment. Walk in. Lock yourself in. A familiar odor. The familiar four walls of your haven are a blessing. The beast inside you keeps nagging, but you keep it at bay tonight. Not a small feat, given your state. You're still weak. You're still not quite mended. You need to rest. Tomorrow you will have to feed again. Tomorrow you will have to consider your next move. Callahan is not the kind of man who quits. But tonight you rest. Okay, I mean, that just happened. Give me a second. Give me just a second. Oop. Let me just... Come on. Come on, internet. Just work. No, not what I wanted. Let me have a look at this thing. Right. Okay. Okay. There we go. I mean, we can only rest, so let's rest. Walking up tonight feels different for two reasons. For one, you are pleasantly surprised that your body mended reasonably well while you were resting. Comes with a caveat though. The hunger you feel is pronounced. The beast, like a black dog on the edge of your vision, following you. What was truly remarkable was waking up to the tune of an old cell phone ringtone. An unknown number is calling the phone you got from Mia. You pick up. Kept that old thing charged after all, huh? You alright? Feel like shit. No, actually I feel like shit. Look, that's too bad, but I don't really care. I was just being polite. I'm calling with good news. Torque has agreed to meet you. There's a pub in the Bronx. Solids and stripes. Be there tonight. Two things. No drinking on the premises, so if you want to grab a snack, do it before setting foot in the borough. There's an extremely no powers meeting. We'll be rubbing shoulders with commoners the whole evening, and also, we don't trust you, so keep it casual, or you'll blow it. Anything you'd like to add? Callahan. Will you protect me from Callahan? If we're to meet, I need you to offer me protection from Callahan. I met him yesterday. He kicked my ass and forbade me from meeting Torque. Silence on the line. Fuck. More silence. I can't promise you any protection on the way there or back. But at the pub, you'll be in Torque's domain. For all his posturing, Callahan doesn't have the balls to strike Torque directly. We'll post additional lookouts on the watch. It's the best I can do. If Callahan got under your skin, I get it. I was in that spot once or twice too. I've got to say is, the risk is worth it. If you don't show up tonight, I won't blame you. But it's a one-time offer only. You meet with us tonight. It better be in good faith. She ends the call. First thing, you take the subway to New York Street Station. Walk to Front Street. Retrieve your car and weigh your options while driving back to your haven. Oof. Trust your intuition. We gotta feed. You've been doing this for a good few nights. You're getting a feel for it. You're learning what kind of predator you are and what kind of blood you crave. You're so caught up in yesterday's problems and in this cloak and dagger debacle, you're now a part of that the hunt feels almost automatic and casual tonight. A fragment of you surrenders control. Just minutes after you find your victim, coax them and drink from them, you find you've forgotten their face and how they were dressed. It only hits you once you look at yourself in the car's rearview mirror. This was wrong. You can't let this become the norm. You hurt somebody. A human being. You're a monster. You need to stay mindful of this. You're a monster, but unless you let yourself off the hook, you can hold on to your humanity and not let yourself slide down this spiral. Instead of clearing your mind, this clouded it further and you are still no closer to a decision. We will go to the meeting directly. Fuck it, dangers or not, you have to make the trip to the Bronx and meet with Torque. No detours, best just get it over with. You take some basic precautions as you enter Torque's turf. You park a few streets over from where the pub is and walk towards it while keeping an eye out for anyone suspicious. And Kindred, for the most part, look no different than regular people. Makes things complicated, of course. If you're being followed or watched, it's going to be hard to tell. It doesn't help that there's Kindred who can just become invisible. You reach the pub, shoot a final glance around. There's nobody suspicious around as far as you can see, and open the door. The smell of cigarettes is overwhelming. The whole place has an aura about it, a constant fog hanging right under the ceiling. The lethargic fans do nothing to disperse it. The constant crack of billiard balls and clanking of glass tells you all you need to know about the clientele. Not a very vampiric place at all. Wondering if you got the others right. You apparently did. Mia's here. She motions you over to one of the few tables around. Took your sweet time to get here. What, got cold feet? Never mind. Anyone follow you? Not that I know of. Fair enough. Before I introduce you, there's some outstanding business to discuss. I appreciate the help with getting that name out of Bruce. It's going to be a tough nut to crack as master. She's one of the lawmen. Sometimes they'd soon align with us than become... Times were. They'd sooner align with us than the Cam. Anyway, this isn't the night for a history lesson. Torque's been waiting for you. He's been impressed by your work so far. Here's your chance to shine. Give me 1 other second. You walk towards one of the tables. A guy in a coat and hat leans over to take a shot. He's way ahead of his opponent. The table is clear of his balls, save for the 8-ball in a tricky position. Hey, they're here. Be with you in just a moment. I don't know how to give him a voice that is not very racist, unintentionally. He hits as fast, precise, and sends the black ball exactly where its players wanted. His opponent lets out a frustrated sigh. That's that. I believe that's 150 American dollars, Joey. You want to pay up now, or up the stakes again? The disgruntled man accepts his defeat and pays up, then declares he's going to grab another beer. And to the victor go the spoils. Thank you kindly. He turns his full attention to you. The man is good looking, if somewhat gaunt and intense. His eyes especially seem to pierce right through to your core, but not in an unpleasant way. Name's Torque. I believe you're Karen, Sophie Langley's new plaything. Is that right? That's right. Yeah, Mia told me as much. Forgive my being real with you right off the bat, but I'd like to know who is it I'm dealing with. So here's something that I've been scratching my head about. If you're with Langley, and Langley's cam through and through, I'm told what it is you've come to accomplish here tonight. Sophie wants to meet with you. Don't ask why, she didn't tell me. She just said it has something to do with gathering allies against Boss Callahan. I'm here to arrange that meeting.
The fuck? I knew nothing about this, T. They lied to me.
Mia's furious. She's looking at the pool cue and at you as if she was figuring out the best combination for the two. It's fine. I appreciate the honesty, even if you weren't straight with my second command. That I don't appreciate. Well. Ain't that an interesting proposition?
You can't be seriously thinking about meeting with Langley. She's a hardline cam. It's a trap. Must be.
It just might be. It just might. He looks at you, pierces you with his unnaturally keen eyes. He's about to say something when the door opens at the back of the room.
Hey, Torque. You got a guest? They're in the back.
Mia. Won't you be a dear and keep our new friend company? I'll see what the commotion is. Sure thing. Torque tips his hat to you and walks to the back, joining the man who called for him. Mia glowers at you, this time weighing one of the pool balls in her hand. She looks like she is half a mind to chuck it at your face. You gotta be quite happy with yourself, bluffing your way in here. Sorry, it had to be this way. I wish I did this differently, but it is what it is. I'm not proud of myself. You shouldn't be. You made me look like a chump in front of Torque. I was beginning to think you might make a good addition to our little family. There's a whole lot of trust you'll have to regain before that happens now. Torque appears from a door at the back and calls across the room. Yo! Mia, can I grab you for a second? Karen, get over here too. You go to the back room. It's basically a storage area with a single wooden desk. It's pretty cramped, especially considering there's 5 other people in here with you. Torque ushers you in and closes the door behind you and Mia. 2 burly dudes are holding somebody down. A familiar voice reaches your ear.
Motherfuckers, you're gonna pay for this, you hear me? The boss is going to fuck you up so bad, you have no idea.
Have you had the doubtful pleasure of meeting Mr. Cerruti before, Karen? Oh, I have a score to settle. I have a score to settle with this fucker.
You're fucked. You're so fucked you don't even know it. You piece of shit. You should have ended you yesterday. The boss told you to stay away. You should have listened.
That's a story and a half, ain't it? Vince, come down now and tell me how many of your guys are still out there on my turf,
Go fuck yourself. You're done. The boss will know this stupid piece of shit fledgling came here. He knows they're with Langley. You know what that means, Torque?
No, I don't. What does it mean, Vince?
Now the boss can wipe you out. You just say you're sucking Langley's tits, and now those buddies of yours, gone. You're done, Torque.
Well, if that's the case, I guess ridding New York City of your toady ass won't make things any worse, will it? Actually, here's an idea. Vince mentioned that he beat you up yesterday. Did I hear that right, Karen? You want to repay the favor? Oh, gladly.
Yes.
Gladly. Go right ahead.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh no. Oh no. Do we stake him or do we hurt him a lot? Oh. Oh no. The options. The options. So he only hurt us a lot, but I kinda wanna stake him, you know? I feel we gotta. Let's stake Vince. I feel he will not like that, maybe. Ooh. What does red mean? What does red mean? Why is the option red? Oh no. I wanna do it. Why is it red? Fuck. That doesn't seem very lawful good of you. I mean, I never said I was. Okay, I guess we only hurt him. I kinda wanna stake him, but I feel that's going overkill. I have to fight my own beast right now. I have to preserve my humanity. Let's hurt him a lot. You hit Vince once, twice. He's chuckling in the beginning, but you focus your blood for some extra oomph and keep hitting him again, more, until he stops laughing. He's bruised, battered, and broken. The two Anarch dudes let go of him, and you kick him some more while he's on the floor. You only stop when you hear Torque's voice. Enough. Enough's enough, Karen. He takes an old pool cue and breaks it over his knee. Stake him, and take him downstairs. Let's keep Callahan guessing about what happened to his favorite puppy. Mia takes the sharp piece of wood and jams it into Vince's chest. His features grow slack, his entire body inert. Doesn't even give out a yelp. The other two Anarchs take him out of the room. As entertaining as that was, I think Vince, in his unmatched wisdom, shared more than Callahan would hope for. This changes things. Ever heard of Operation Lights Out, Karen? It was a second Inquisition effort here in New York City. A single night of raids at a magnitude never seen before, or since. The Ivory Tower got away with just a few losses here and there. No major players were hit. They managed to find safe spots and stay out of the eyes of the shitstorm. Us, though, we got hit hard, all over town. Havens were rooted out, entire coteries and safe houses gone. Just like that, nobody saw it coming. Barely got out in one piece. Mia looks at him with concern and puts a hand on his arm. He shrugs it off, gently, but surely. Others, like my child, Barb, or Mia's sire, extinguished. But you know who got out without a scratch? Callahan. We've thought about it for the past few years. How is it that Big B managed to excuse himself from the Staten Island Museum, where we used to meet, just before bands of full guys in body armor show up? How is it that my baby is burning up after being shot with incendiary rounds? I also see Doug Callahan running with his tail between his legs, pushing fledglings like you in the path of the SI. We think the bastard knew what was coming, and he set us up. Not just us.
Some of our brothers and sisters who got hit had some of the lowest profiles in the city lick population. The moral of the story: Kalyan is an opportunistic motherfucker, and if even his thickest followers suggest he's going to sell me out, and that's what he's going to do as sure as the sun rises. He pauses for a moment and you see him reach a decision. He said something about Langley having an offer for me. It might be your fault in part that I'm at this juncture, but now is going to be as good as a time as any to listen to what she has to say.
I don't think that's wise, T. Let me...
I was sitting kind of weirdly. Well, what would you have me do then? You said it yourself. It's all this fledgling's fault. They brought this on us, so let us use them as bargaining chip. Callan wants them. Langley needs them. They're valuable. Me? Valuable? I'm just a pawn. No, you're wrong. I'm just a pawn. That's why Sophie sent me here. Plausible deniability and all that. I'm expendable. The realization that you just summarized the entirety of the last 2 weeks or so hit you hard. But if there was a moment to be honest with yourself, it's now. Fuck! The man puts his hand on Mia's shoulder. She calms down a bit. We're afraid, Kevin. But then, what else is new? It's a paradox, being who we are. The hunter one night, the hunted another. Master of the night, slaves at dawn. A duality to everything. Mia, I understand your concern, but I need you to trust me. Like you did before. This is my call and my responsibility. You can give me shit about it later. Like I'm sure you will. She definitely will. Count on it. Hell yeah. He smiles, then takes on a no bullshit look and points at you. 3 conditions. First, you come pick me up, personally, and bring me to the meeting spot. Anything goes sideways, it's your ass. Second, Mia's coming with me, no 2 ways about it. 8 eyeballs in the meeting. The 2 of you, the 2 of us. Nobody else. And third, the meeting is in public, downtown, some spot frequented by mortals. We see you take us anywhere fishy, we check out and fuck you up as a message to Langley. I count on it not coming to that, though. You seem likeable enough. Cam hasn't gotten its talent in you yet. Keep it up and maybe you'll come on to the same conclusion we did in your own time. I'll repeat to your conditions to Sophie. I'll make sure to repeat your conditions to Sophie. You do that. Best be on your way. Ask for me here when you need me. The bartender knows how to get in touch. Just ask him to put the owner on the line. Mia walks you to the door and accompanies you to your car. Listen, about what I said before. Save it. Save it. She freezes for a second, then shrugs her shoulders. Your call. See ya. She starts walking back to the bar as you start the engine and head back to Sophie's apartment. Time to give Sophie the good news. She welcomes you as openly as ever, clearly excited to see you and for what news you might bring. Good evening, Karen. How's your task going? You have something for me, perhaps? It's done, but there'll be trouble. I did what you asked. The meeting is set up. I suggest we take advantage of it quickly, though. There's going to be trouble. Trouble? What trouble? Gillihan's goon threatened Torque. Yeah. During my meeting with Torque, the same guy who beat me yesterday, Vince, showed up. As Callahan's goon, you have to assume he knows that I met Torque. Well, that just means we have to bring the plan to a close. And thanks to your good timing, we're just a day away from that. Well, let's hear it. What did Torque agree to? You relay the Anarch's leader's condition. You're to pick him and me up. The meeting should only include the four of you, and it should be held in a public space. Those are all fair enough. Although I do worry about that Mia character. Tell me, do you think she's trustworthy? She's fine for an Anarch. I met some Anarchs over the past few nights, and she was one of the more agreeable ones. She's fine, I guess. I mean, to be fair, she was a reasonable idea with self-preservation. I see. Very well. As for the place, I wonder if they would agree to a meeting in Hudson Yards. The vessel. Plenty of tourists visit that place, but if we go there after midnight... Seems to have made up her mind. Yes, bring them there tomorrow night. Look for me near the top level. Will they agree to meeting in the city? Do you think Torque and Mia will agree to meeting in the city? It's Camarilla territory. Will they be too cautious to come here? They did ask me to pick the spot, did they not? It's public and in the open. They should love it. Pick them up at midnight, then drive back to Midtown. That's the plan. I'll be waiting as long as it takes. Within reason. I'm counting on you, Karen. The final puzzle piece is about to find its way to its destination. After that we will all get our just reward. You, me, the Camarilla, even the Anarchs. I could kiss you. Yes, you like that. You desire it. She must have caught it in your expression. She smiles. A figure of speech, darling. Or at least it is for tonight. But a few nights from now, who knows? I'm growing fond of you, and success whets my appetite for these kinds of things. The sexual tension in the room becomes unbearable until it suddenly disappears. Is this another of Sophie's tricks? Or an actual spark of arousal in both of your undead bodies? You certainly felt the blood flow through you for a short moment. The warmth in your groin takes you by surprise. Didn't think you could do that anymore, or did you just imagine it? Use the rest of this night well, Karen, and rest. We are but a day's sleep away from shaking the city awake. Okay, but what if I meet with my lovely friend D'Angelo? As you make your way up the stairs, you notice that D'Angelo's office is surprisingly quiet. You were half expecting something akin to a scene from The Exorcist with Sana belching out curses and your companion sprinkling her with, well, whatever this vampires use for holy water. What you witness instead, as you open the door, is the picture of serenity. I doubt that it is a picture of serenity. Sorry, that's a joke that that you guys will not get. I'm sorry, I had to make that one for myself. The girl, although still curled up in the corner, is sitting calmly, with her eyes fixed on the pages of some pulpy detective novel. She doesn't even register your presence. Sitting behind his desk, D'Angelo seems to be looking over some files, puffing on his unusually brand of cigar. Seeing no trace of Larson, you assume he must have gone back to his family. I mean, that was yesterday, like 2 days ago even. Noticing your presence, the vampire detective leans back in his chair and gives you a tired look.
Hey there, kid. Glad you could make it. Oh, I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Is she actually reading? Oh, you're kidding. I wouldn't miss this for the world. Clearly noting your sarcasm, he hits back with a smile that could express anything but amusement.
Right. Make yourself comfortable. We have some heavy shit to figure out, you and I.
Okay, sounds fun. Sounds fun.
I've been going over the case files, mulling over our options. Surprise, surprise. Oh, suck donkey dick. No matter how we go about this, someone gets fucked over. Her, Larson, us.
What options do we have? We have case files? Wait, did you just say case files? We have those.
Hey, say what you will about me, but I take my work seriously. And as my faithful assistant, you should too. So here's what we can do. 1, we grab Sana and take her to Elysium and make a case of her for the prince, to Prince Panhard. 2, we get Valerie to back off by feeding her the dirt I got on Larson. 3, we try to get Sana out of the city. Come on, kid. I can hear them thoughts bouncing around your head from over here. Out with it.
Isn't Elysium a death sentence? You want to bring Sana to Elysium? Isn't that pretty much a death sentence?
Pretty much, but not quite. If we can get an audience with Panhard, we might be able to convince her to spare Sana's life. Prince isn't as much of a heart as some would like her to be. She'd probably rather avoid further alienating the Duskborn community. That said, if we run into Kadir, we're as good as fucked.
What do you have on Larson? What kind of dirt do you have on Larson anyway? Must be some serious shit.
Oh, it is. A few years back, the Second Inquisition led a coordinated assault on New York Kindred. Operation Lightout, they called it. Nasty fucking business that was. A lot of good vampires died. Some of them I knew personally. Larson was one of the Inquisition's first targets. When they got to him, he managed to convince them to spare his life. In exchange, he fed them info on a few Camarilla member. One Nikki, the cop. Suffice it to say, Nikki didn't make it through the night.
Ooh.
Okay, time's a wasting. What do you think we should do?
You're letting me decide? Wait, you're letting me make the call?
Look, kid. I've been at this all day mulling it over, and all I got for my trouble was a splitting headache. Just don't know anymore. All I'm asking for is your honest opinion. Just pick one and make a case. Convince me it's the right thing to do, or the least wrong at least. So, one more time. Bring the girl to Elysium. Trade her life for Larson's, or sneak her out of town. Which one would you go with?
Oof. Larson is the politics play. Elysium is the risky politics play. And getting her out of the city is the we don't really care about the Masquerade play. I do not like what Larson did, to be honest. But I do not like... What was her name? Veronica? God, but like, doing the Elysium thing, if Kadir catches us, he will not like it, and I want Kadir to like me. But it will make potentially Panhard like us more. Because we give her, like, you know, here, look, you can spare her, it's for politics. Ooh, this is difficult. This be difficult. Who do we want to suck up to? I don't want to kill her, so I feel letting her out of the city is not the decision. Do we sell out Larson, or do we gamba? Do we gamba? Fuck it, we ball. Elysium seems reasonable. As much as I don't like Larson and what he did, I don't like Veronica more. Bringing her to Elysium seems like the most reasonable thing to do.
And the cruelest. Or at the very least, the most risky. If we can't convince Penhard to give Sana a shot, the girl's as good as dead.
And let's be convincing. We better be extra convincing.
So be it. Fuck. Do me a favor, kid. Watch her for a few minutes, okay? Gonna make some arrangements. Make a few calls.
Catches himself. looks at you with an expression of the phoniest of phony guild.
But not, like, with a phone or anything. Because, that would make me a naughty boy, which I'm clearly not.
Yeah. I'm asking for a friend, kind of deal. He walks out of the office through the frosted windows. You see him instantly go for his clamshell phone. Screw it, does it really make a difference at this point? You turn to the girl who still has her nose in the book. You like the book? So is that book any good? I don't usually go for this sort of stuff. It just leaves me cold. She looks up from the book and her eyes glaze over. Cold. A shiver runs down your spine. You decide it's best to leave her to her reading and spend the next few minutes in complete silence. Finally, D'Angelo staggers back into the room.
Alright, I called a friend of mine who works at the art hole. She says the prince is there right now, in her private quarters. We'll just have to figure out a way to get an audience.
He walks over to Sana and crouches beside her. Speaking softly, he takes the book out of her hands and gently strokes her head.
Hey, darling. I need you to listen very carefully. We're gonna go on a little trip, okay? You need to stay quiet and stay close to me. Can you do that? Stay close to D'Angelo.
She squints, trying her best to concentrate.
D'Angelo? Close enough.
Something akin to a smile creeps onto her face. It's as close to happy as you've seen her.
A gift, not hurt.
D'Angelo returns her smile.
You're welcome.
He turns to you, putting his serious face back on. He nods. Looks like it's go time. The art hole welcomes you with all its unusual weirdness and grotesqueries masquerading as contemporary art. The fuck is grotesquerie? I mean, I know what it means, but like, who uses that word? Right. Right now, however, art is the last thing on your mind, as the three of you make your way through the crowd of usual suspects. D'Angelo gestures towards a lone figure standing in a corner. To your surprise, it turns out to be Sophie. As you approach, she raises an eyebrow, taking an especially long look at Sana. And hey there, and here I thought nothing in this world could surprise me anymore. Mind telling me what it is you're doing here? D'Angelo nods courteously.
We're here to see Prince Panhard. I don't suppose you could get us an audience.
I think you're confusing me with the Princess Herald. An honest mistake in this lighting. Oh, Harpy. Wait. The domain Herald, or Harpy, knows everyone and all their secrets and will share them with others for the right price. Harpy is an original negative epithet, but some wear it with pride, knowing the role of information broker is valued in any court. Still, I'm afraid you're out of luck. From what I've heard, the prince is not accepting visitors. I'll owe you one. She owes me anyways. She'd be grateful for letting us... Ooh, that sounds... it's a matter of life and death. She'd be grateful for letting us in. Is probably the closest one. Yeah, let's go for it. We wouldn't be asking if it wasn't important. I'm sure the prince will be thankful for bringing this matter to her attention. Very nice. Very slippery. Very futile. As I've already stated, the prince is not accepting visitors. Suddenly, you hear a voice from behind you. It's the last voice you could possibly want to hear right now. Maybe I can help. You look over D'Angelo. He seems frozen in place, not able to move a single muscle. This is bad. Very bad. Keeping things casual, Kadir tips an imaginary hat in your general direction. When he looks at Sana, you notice his expression sour, if ever so slightly. Perhaps this conversation best held in private. Follow me. Before leaving, he nods at Sophie. Langley. Kadir. Again, you glance over to D'Angelo. He doesn't even acknowledge you. Seems to be in a state of deeply internalized panic. Not seeing any way out of the situation, you follow Kadir into a small backstage area. There he stops and addresses you once more. It's good to see you, D'Angelo. It's been a while since you last showed your face around here. And I see you brought friends. So how about we skip the unpleasant unnecessary drama and you two leave without incident, while I take care of our thin-blooded guest. She can be helped. You don't have to do this. She can still be helped. Maybe. Maybe not. But that ship sailed a long time ago. It ends tonight. With me.
It doesn't have to be this way. Just let us talk to Penhart.
That's Prince Penhart to you, D'Angelo. And no, your harebrained scheme isn't gonna work. What exactly did you think was gonna happen? You bring the Duskborn with the bloodhound on her head to my doorstep and, what, hope that the prince stays my cruel hand? Honestly, I thought you were smarter than that.
But
I promise to make it quick, painless. That's as much as you'll get, so don't push it. And with that, he turns to Sana. His expression grows softer, almost kind. Then he grabs her by the hand, gently. There's not even an inkling of violence in his demeanor. Come, my child. You have been very brave. The pain is almost over.
Pain? Over.
With blissful ignorance, she looks at you and D'Angelo as the sheriff walks her out of the room. Your companion looks broken, as if something inside of him just snapped. Without even looking at you, he utters under his breath,
I killed her.
We killed her. Give it a rest. If anything, it's we.
Kid, I know you're trying to make me feel better, but it's not really working. Really thought I could save her.
Not really knowing what to say, you lift your hand to pat him on the back. You stop yourself mid-motion. Somehow it doesn't seem like the thing to do. You leave the art gallery and head back to Red Hook. On your way, you keep thinking about Sana and whether now is the exact moment Kadir brings her final death. It's not a pleasant journey. Slowly, clumsily, you make your way back to the grain terminal. No words are spoken, no bad jokes made, no monologues muttered, and no smiles exchanged. There's only silence and vacant stares. As you head up the stairs to D'Angelo's office, you can feel the tension rising. You can tell the moldy sleuth has reached a breaking point. He walks into his office and leans against his cluttered desk. You figure now is as good a time as any to break the silence. Are you gonna be okay? The moment you finish your sentence, D'Angelo leans over and sweeps all of his stuff off the desk. Notepads, bits of paper, and what looks like a cheap imitation of an antique lamp. It all comes crashing to the floor. Doesn't stop there as he grabs the heavy file cabinet and knocks it over. Slowly but surely, the once quiet office turns into a heap of crumpled paper and broken furniture. Tantrum lasts for mere seconds, but as you stand there watching, it feels like forever. Finally, D'Angelo stops and looks up at the ceiling. It's hard to tell if he's had enough, or simply run out of stuff to throw around. As he stands there, slowly regaining composure, one of the objects scattered on the floor catches your eye. It's a small paperback novel, the same you saw Sana reading earlier tonight. Must have landed there while D'Angelo was giving the room a royal thrashing. Pick it up. In huge letters, the title on the cover spells The Longest Night and Other Stories. A smaller caption underneath reads, Another collection of stories from the Gianni D'Angelo saga. What in the actual fuck? You flip it over and are immediately drawn to the picture of the back cover. If not for a lack of flaky skin and distorted features, you'd say the guy looks very familiar. Name next to the picture, Reginald Finch. You stand there, not even knowing where to start. Even in his current state, D'Angelo, or whatever his name is, remains one step ahead of you.
Yeah, that's me in the picture. Reggie fucking Finch. Haven't seen him in a while, wasn't planning to.
You took the name of your character. You named yourself after one of your characters.
Right, it's more than that. I sort of became him. See, Reggie Finch was a pushover, small-time journalist and a wannabe writer. Would never survive out there, among the coteries of New York.
Title drop.
Gianni D'Angelo, on the other hand. Honestly, it sort of just happened. Because it was the only way I could make sense of it all. I mean, once you wake up looking like this, realizing your life and all that you were is gone forever, you can't really blame me for trying to at least make it interesting.
It's okay to be D'Angelo. I guess to some extent, we all put on an act in front of others. We make up characters, idealized versions of ourselves. It gives us something to live up to. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still weird, but it's not that weird. D'Angelo. For a moment he seems to be mulling over what you just told him. Finally he picks the ashtray up off the floor. Rummaging through the ashes, he finds a mangled half-finished cigar. He sticks it in his mouth and lights it up, the lighter's flame reflecting in his shade. He smiles at you, ever so slightly.
Thanks, kid. Tell you what, how about you take the rest of the night off? I need some time to get my shit in order. Starting with this office. Some dumb asshole made one hell of a mess of it.
You smile and nod. He nods back.
I'll be seeing you.
And so you leave him to his thoughts. No way to be sure, but you have a feeling. It's gonna be alright. Alright. You wake up. This is not your haven. It's a cramped space. You try to move your arms. You find they are tied to your body. You can barely bend your legs. You try to stretch your neck, you hit its cold ceiling. Can't quite believe it, but this is a coffin, or something close enough to it. It vibrates slightly, but you can't hear any sounds coming from outside. It's entirely dark. Try to break out. You kick the front of the container. The only reaction is a dull metallic sound. Try using your fists, but there's not enough room to get a good punch in. Seems pretty hopeless. Some more tries. Nothing. This is bad. Suddenly, the container is moved slightly. A moment of silence, and a distinct male voice shouting, a muffled shot. Silence. Again. The lid comes off. What the... We found you.
That's my wife.
Oh, also we're about to end apparently, because the achievement I just got was like, Tomika came to your help in the grand finale. Beast mode, my wife is the best. We found you.
Tell me we've hit the jackpot.
D'Angelo came to your rescue in the grand finale. Trouble is my business.
Hell yeah.
Come on.
Get up. We're gonna get going.
Seeing their faces is surprising.
But why is it so loud?
Audio is what I'm looking for. Is this not fun? Again, this to be it. Maybe both. Jesus Christ, it's gotten really loud. Okay, I will turn it down for you. There we go. I'm okay with it. Seeing their faces is surprising, even more so in these circumstances. However, you realize the immediate danger and follow your companions out of the car and down the streets in North Bronx. To wake up the audience? I guess so. Good morning, everyone. The van has crashed into another car. A familiar face, that of Kaiser's ghoul. Jackie stumbles out of the bracket sedan and slinks back into the darkness before you can call after him. The three of you jog away towards the line of the trees and take shelter under some branches. Just as you hear a chopper approaching, its searchlight illuminates the wrecked van and moves towards you.
Hide now.
You see Tomika literally go underground, melding with the earth beneath her feet, as if she was being swallowed up. That is nothing a gangrel can do. What do you mean? She becomes one with the ground. Huh? You look to D'Angelo, but he's not there. Must be his disappearing trick again. You're left alone with just seconds to make your move before the spotlight finds you. Dive under a nearby bush, I guess. Seeing no better option, you find the nearest bush and dive right under it. It's probably not the best or smartest thing to do, but you have to trust your gut. The illumination passes only inches away from you, but it's just a pattern of light on the ground. The trees block a good portion of it. It doesn't dwell on you. It doesn't seem like they've spotted you or any of your companions. The helicopter flies on, its searchlight frantically moving through the vicinity as your companions once again appear in your proximity.
Close call. We have to get out of here before the SI puts boots on the ground.
Wait, the SI? The Second Inquisition? What do they have to do with anything?
D'Angelo, fill them in while we walk. Follow me. The SI did a number on you. Your haven got raided and they took you for a ride upstate. They have a facility somewhere out of town, not a place you'd want to be. The thing that surprised me the most, though, was Kaiser who contacted us and let us know.
Oh my god, if we hadn't finished his quest line just now, it would have only been Tomika. Wait, what's with our stalker? Kaiser organized this. Why? Kaiser organized this whole effort. Why would he do that?
Listen, kid, whatever his reasoning, I'm sure he expects something in return. So keep it cool. I want to get out of this in one piece the same way you do. Okay, alright is here. Stay low. The SI might still be around.
Kaiser's familiar car stops nearby, and the black door opens. Your allies usher you inside and join you. Being inside his mobile fortress never felt like a relief. Until now.
Hey, fledgling. Miss me?
I don't know if that was his voice, but it is now.
Not really, but I'm glad you're here.
No, not really, but I will say this, I'm glad you're here.
Well, I'm not overly fond of breaking licks out of covert SI transports, so I consider this an investment.
That was a civilian transport. No convoy, nothing. I expected more resistance.
What, you wanted more to sharpen those claws of your own? Don't worry, it might still happen. You might even regret it. Things are afoot, as the adage. What the fuck is that word?
Adage? Adage? Adage.
As the adage goes. I knew that. It's, by the way, a proverb or short statement expressing a general truth. Definitely heard that before. Yes. Anyway, listen up, Karen. You are here now only because I told your buddies that you were neck deep in shit. The van you were in. A one-way ticket to Hurtville, Pennsylvania. I broke you out as a favor. Now you owe me. Big.
Why didn't I wake up earlier? I'm told I was picked up 2 nights ago. Why didn't I wake up earlier?
The Inquisitions aren't dumb. They broke into your place in the middle of the day and staked you as soon as they saw you. Bam! Paralyzed. Brought you to the cloister and examined you a bit. If you're walking funny, that's why. Lucky for you, I had an inside man loosen the stake a bit before they packed you in.
Wait, you have an inside man? Within this Second Inquisition?
Got fur blocking your pretty ears straight. Yeah, I have somebody on the inside. As much as I'd like it to be the case, I'm probably not the only one. I have a good idea of why the SI hit you, Karen. Not that there are tons of good reasons for it. Might have been one of these, for instance.
The screens in Kaiser's car flicker and each of them now shows a short looped clip. It's you, getting into a fight, feeding, using one of your powers.
You haven't exactly kept a low-profile, fledgling. I get it, you're new to this. Didn't know better, yada yada yada. The fact is, the SI has a ton of this stuff. Security cam footage, YouTube videos posted by onlookers, social media posts from victims, you name it. Like I said though, don't think any of these really did you in. Slip-ups happen. Not to you though, right? I always wondered how it is.
Wait, no, this wasn't his voice.
Not to you though, right? I always wondered, how is it that you can drive a pompous luxurious limo around NA's Newark City and not get caught? What's your secret? Body doubles? Decoy cars?
Kaiser smiles, going for that anthropomorphic piranha look you saw a few times before.
You do know what killed the cat, don't you, Mr. Finch?
D'Angelo freezes and scratches his face, looking fiercely at the other Nosferatu. You notice that his hands are shaking.
Well, do you? Stop shedding on the upholstery and answer, or should I use your given name too? Yeah, I know, the cat croaked. You wouldn't you?
I've never seen D'Angelo serve someone a death stare quite like the one he's shooting Kaiser now.
As much as I enjoyed tempering your overinflated ego, we're nearing our destination, so I think I'll move on. The reason I need you walking and talking, Karen, is to test a hypothesis of mine. For that, I need you to finish what you were tasked to do. So first things first, here.
He hands you a phone. The number has already been dialed. You hear the tone. Somebody picks up. Who is this? It's me, Sophie. Karen, are you okay?
They're fine and dandy.
Kaiser, what are you doing on this line?
What do you think? It's my phone your prodigy is using, so keep it snappy. Operating a secure network ain't cheap. Come on, Karen, spit it out.
Kaiser saved me from the SI. Sophie, I only got out because of him. Your companions look at another dejectedly. I'm sorry, but it was Kaiser who did most of the work. SI? That's what I feared. Maybe I should have went with the other one, but I'm sorry, buddies. Listen, The plan, we need to do it tonight. But if the Inquisition is involved and you broke out, they'll be looking for you, so we can't meet in public. I've a place in mind, but... Kaiser, are you still listening?
Would I tell you if I wasn't?
Karen, call this number from where you visited before last we spoke. I'll come pick you up. She hangs up.
And that's that.
What is it that you've gotten yourself into?
You never did tell me what kind of work you did for Langley. Don't play coy, D'Angelo. You must have figured at least some of it out. Don't worry, we'll have plenty of time to compare notes after we let our mutual acquaintance continue with their night. My intel is worth a damn. Your next stop, Karen, is right around here.
The car comes to a stop and the door opens. Outside you see the street light leading to Solids and Stripes. Torque's pool pub.
Well, you need me to kick you out.
What about my companions? What about Tamika and D'Angelo?
What about them? Staying right where they are, and we're going to have a little chat. After we're done, I'm sure they'll find their way back to their havens just fine. The clock is ticking. I think I know what Sophie wants to do tonight, and if I'm right, tonight's the last chance you've got. If you want to say bye to your buddies before you go, that's fine by me, but that schedule of yours is pretty hectic, so you better do it now and scram.
Thanks. Thank your companions for the help. Yeah. I think, we have to thank our wife. We thank both of your companions for their assistance. Without them, you wouldn't be here now. Kaiser makes a gagging gesture and urges you to step out of his car. You turn around and make your way to the bar. The door closes behind you and Kaiser's limo starts moving again. You hope your companions won't have to pay too high a price for helping you. The Solids and Stripes is pretty much abandoned tonight, with only the bartender and one bleary-eyed local watching an old boggart movie on the bar's screen. You ask to use the phone and call Sophie first. Yes, I'm at the bar. Good. We'll be there in 15 minutes. If Torque's not there, notify him. We need to move, and fast. She hangs up. Hello, child. Hey, baby. Thank you for the head pad. Level 55, you're so strong. How you doing? You tell the bartender to notify Torque. Just like the Anarch leader mentioned, you should. The man makes a short call. You only hear somebody picking up, but no words exchanged. The owner's on his way right now. Can I get you anything while you're waiting? Do you serve the special stuff? Actually, do you serve the special stuff? The bartender raises an eyebrow. The special reserve, you mean? Sorry, I can only serve that to a special selection of the owner's friends. Hello, Salo. We walk here. We do not walk here. Never mind. I'm good. Slept for 11 hours last night. Didn't even wake up once, which, I don't, that sounds good. Put that off, went shopping, and I plan to read after not reading for like a year. You tried what? I hit Alt-Enter. That's where I fucked up. But yeah, I hope you didn't spend too much money when you went shopping. But I hope you still had fun. Okay. It's been a rough night. Give me a break. Listen, it's been a rough night. Give me a break, please. Just a sip. Oh no, my mum offered. Which thank God I need to say. Just got new. Yeah. Since your dryer. Your dryer isn't drying. Yeah, that sucks.
I don't know. I really shouldn't. What the hell? You really do look like you need it.
He takes out a bottle from a safe behind the counter and pours a bit of brown liquid into a glass. It's whiskey.
There. Enjoy.
Your disappointment is palpable. At least the smell is nice. Torque comes in some 10 minutes later, without Mia. He tips his head to you, puts a hand on the bleary-eyed patron's shoulder and says something to him under his breath. They both laugh. Marty, how's the night going? Well, it does, but it isn't hot air like cold air, so it takes like 10 minutes around. Ah, okay. Okay. Quiet, sir? Just how we like it, huh? Torque notices the untouched glass with a bit of whiskey in it that you persuaded the bartender to pour. Since yesterday. Okay, that's rough. For me. You shouldn't have. How the dad doing? How the games? I'm doing good. And I think we're like near the end of the game, so we will finish it. Have you tried cleaning the lint? I have a pipe outside the house, too, that might be clogged up. I mean, the lint is a good idea, but I feel the problem is, like, if you don't clean the lint, it might, if anything, like, catch fire. After not for a long time, it didn't help either. Yeah. But yeah, good to hear that you're doing well. I assume you're doing well as well, Salo. I hope you had a good weekend. Try punching. Maybe don't punch. He takes a glass and drinks the liquid, moving it around in his mouth before swallowing. He looks you in the eye. Sure, I won't keep it in forever, but the night when I don't enjoy the taste of good whiskey is the night when I will truly consider myself damned. My dad had to get a new heater for the dryer the last time it happened. He had to flip the whole dryer upside down. I mean, I feel at that point it might be easier to just get a new dryer now. Your mom did kick it. My mom couldn't kick our dryer. It's like above head height, or like on head height for her. We got this one like, okay, yeah, 2 years, it shouldn't be broken then, yeah. Don't you have guarantee? Is the guarantee over already? Well, Karen, I believe you wanted me here for a reason. Let's hear it. You're about to tell them what brought you here when the doors to the bar open and Sophie walks in. All splendor and charisma. The patron's eyes are now glued to her, and so are the bartenders. Torque isn't happy with this sight. Well, this isn't what we agreed upon, Karen. Care to explain? It ended just 3 months ago. You know, we have a word for that in German, and it's called Sollbruchstelle. It is basically a intended, like should be break placement. Like, you know, it's basically a like piece of the machinery that is intended to break after a given amount of time, usually right after the guarantee ends. Dry the dryer and then dry the stuff in the dryer using the drying dryer. Yep, and that's definitely how you spell it. Yes, Salo. Sollpulsten, yep. We had to improvise. Things got complicated. We had to improvise. Your brain just buffer now. Too many words at once. Okay, so the word actually is written like this. And if you put it, and if you split it, it's Soll Hochstelle. Soll from sollen, so like has to, or like is supposed to. Bruch from like to break. And Stelle is like a spot. So it's supposed to break spot. Your mom gonna let me light my candles in my room. The next book loft. What? Wait. In my room, the next book loft one? What is a book loft? What? Isn't a book loft? What? In the new book loft one. Where are you? It's the next. It's the new that I read at next. The new Wait, oh, my mom is gonna let me light my candles in my room, the next book loft one, so... Oh, the new book... Listen, I don't fucking know that Book Loft was the name of a store? Or Ascent? For me, isn't a book loft a, like, reading space? A, like, little thing? Yeah, isn't a book loft a room? It's the same. How am I supposed to know that? Listen, I cannot read your mind. As much as you think I can, and as much as I can sometimes, apparently. I wish I had one. I don't have. All I have is a bed. I don't know. I guess because it smells like a book loft, so it smells like a... It's supposed to smell like a room where you read books. I guess that's the idea behind it. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I believe Karen already told you why I'm here? Not in any detail, and the circumstances of our meeting were supposed to be different. So, Miss Langley, tell me why I shouldn't ask you to leave and kick out your protege while I'm at it. You will like what I have to say. Yeah, I've heard the line 100 times, but 99 out of those ended with somebody getting hurt. And that's something I'm in the mood for tonight. We're wasting time. There's a unique opportunity we should take advantage of, and we only have an hour or so to discuss it before it will be time to act. My driver is waiting outside. Wait, okay, hear me out. Buy a book and sniff. I mean, that one, yeah, that one is a good smell. It smells like a brand new book, which I love. I also have the hand sanitizer because, I don't know, smell good. So just went, yeah. T and Y? Well, no, what does T and Y mean? It goes away. The candle will melt. I mean, yeah. Can you bonky bonk him? No. Can't get a new one. You can get a new book. I mean, I'm with Salo on this one. a book smell tends to like stay longer as well. Wait a goddamn minute. First of all, I'm not going anywhere without Mia. That was the deal. Second, it's Karen who was supposed to do the driving, not your servant. Both serve me, so... Really, it's of little difference. The circumstances changed and we had to adapt. Don't be stubborn. Foolishness does not suit you. I have a secure spot in mind where we can talk. I'll stop you right there. Torque is seething, but he's keeping a lid on his anger. His voice barely changes. My conditions were clear. The way I hear it, you want to break each of them. I see no reason at all to agree to any of this. I believe I will be staying put tonight. You have places to be, yes? Torque, you're throwing away the only chance you have at challenging Callahan. Don't be a fool. The lid comes off. Call me a fool one more time, woman. And that's the only thing I'm going to be throwing. And that's not the only thing I will be throwing. And why does this feel like Earth's dad is doing important stuff while his children are just fighting in the background? 'Cause it is just that. It's okay, as long as no one's getting hurt. Like, you know, I don't, you know, you do you, kids. How about we just... Okay. Sophie. Torque is right. He might. If he pushes my buttons, I will bonk him. Yeah, but like bonking doesn't actually hurt, so... You're both acting like children. Honestly, yes. You're both acting like children. You need to put your differences aside and see the other's point of view. Both Sophie and Torque glare at you. No powers, just their personas are enough to make you feel like you'd prefer to be anywhere else but here. Who the fuck do you think you are? There's only Chowder here, Karen. There's only one Chowder here. I hit just that good. I need angry cat emote now, just for solo, and I don't have one. Aww. What are you implying, you insolent? Wait, what did he say? I forgot. Direct. Wait. You are their patron, Langley. What does that tell us? Oh, she's a patron, not our sire. True. I keep calling her a sire. Shots break the front windows and a flashbang goes off in the room, changing the bar into a space of white light and ringing noise. You feel somebody tugging at your back and are thrown behind the bar. More shots ring out. Bottles break. The TV shatters into pieces. The wooden bar splinters. You need those? Oh, okay. Wait. Wait a second. That's okay. I forgot why I was lurking. I don't know. Da da da. Da da da. Da 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 da. There we go. There we go, child. Little Timmy from Make-A-Wish. Listen, I don't know. I don't remember all this shit. Apparently at some point I said Little Timmy from Make-A-Wish. You feel, blah 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 blah. We read that. Your sight comes back, but you think you've gone deaf. Because you found out? Yeah, you did. Because suddenly the room is silent. You see Torque beside you and Marty, the bartender, bleeding out on the floor. You look over the bar. Sophie is standing there, dressed, partially tattered, a visible hole in her leg. She is like the heart of a supernova, entrancing, unavoidable, beautiful and terrifying. Thank you. Mwah. No problem. In front of her are 8 operatives, looking like private military forces, just standing there, paralyzed by Sophie's magnificence. Torque, you're still there? Yeah? Would you kindly show your guests some hospitality? Sure thing. The Anarch is gone in the blink of an eye, and he reappears next to one of the soldiers. The armor-clad operative's head disappears in a puff of blood and bone. Be right back. 5.73 minutes. Gotcha. You wanted a snack. Get a snack. The same thing happens to the second, the third. You hear the radios go off on the other side shoulder, a panicked voice pleading them to wake up. The fourth head pops. The fifth. They finally realize what's happening, but it's too late. The sixth man is beheaded by what you now see as just Torque's bare fists punch. Torque stops by the seventh man, rips something off his neck, and bites down. Sophie walks over to the last man and has him kneel in front of her before biting as well. On your right, a man in full body armor emerges from the back door, raising his assault rifle.
What the fuck?
Grab his attention. Wait, never mind. I'm still has Yas Shoket. I don't know. Okay. Go hunt for snacks. Grab his attention. Hey,
Over here.
the man turns, and for a very scary split second, you are looking directly down a barrel of an automatic rifle. The next moment, an impact throws him all the way into the back room, and he crashes into the wall. Torque grins at you, standing in the exact same spot where the soldier was just a second before. Duns, help, I mean, I still have Shagan, so needs just snackies. I have snack. Okay, good. You also have something to drink. You're comfy down there. Langley. Sophie wipes her mouth of blood and looks at him. Yep. So go ahead, grab something to drink instead. That meeting's still an item.
Yes.
Oh, take it.
Splendid.
He's like, actually, you know what? That, you know, that, like, meeting? Let's do it, maybe. Okay, because I love you and don't want to be bonked later. Good girl. Torque walks behind the bar and checks on the bartender. You see the Anarch open his own wrist and feed blood to the wounded man. Drink up, Marty. It'll make you feel better. Get the hell out of here and wait for Mia. She's coming, and she'll know what to do. Torque? Yeah, coming. Take the back door. Karen, come on. You slink back into an alley behind the bar, leaving 10 bodies and 1 grievously wounded ghoul behind. Nobody stops you from circling around the block and finding your way to Sophie's car. Gregory drives away casually, as if this was just another late-night drive, and not the crowding of a desperate, complicated evening. Sophie brings you all to a luxurious apartment in Manhattan's Upper West Side. The way she explains it, the vampire who owned it left the city a few years ago and gave away spare keys to a few trusted compatriots. Been used sporadically since. Fancy. You like it? It always felt too modern for my taste. But what's important is that it's secure. As long as nobody followed your car here. Or the fledgling. Trouble follows this one wherever they go. Even if that's the case, we have very little time to conduct our business here anyway, and we'll be leaving soon, I hope. So let's begin. Stay silent. This is way out of our league. The fact that we spoke up earlier. You look at Sophie excited. Finally, you will learn what it is that you've been working towards for more than a week, and what it is that Kaiser wanted you to participate in. I have it on good authority that Boss Callahan is blood-bound to Prince Panhard. Torque sucks in air loudly. That's an accusation and a half there, Langley. Good proof. No, but we're just a boat ride away from getting it. What's that supposed to mean? Karen, the address that I procured from Kaiser was the meeting spot for Panhards and the Baron's regular sharing of blood, and other bodily fluids if the rumors are true. Wait, Kaiser knew about this. Is there anything that insufferable clump of dead skin doesn't know in the city? He knows things, but only shares them if you pay. Neither the prince nor Callahan can touch him. He's too useful. Kaiser said saving me was in his interest. Kaiser said something about having plans for me, that he wanted me to make this meeting happen. That can't be good, right? That's an interesting point. I think Kaiser might be as interested in shaking up the status quo as we are. A chaotic landscape makes for a great market for him, unlike a static one. I don't like playing into that creep's hand, but at least now I know that I'm doing it. The devil you know, and all that. What was the address he gave you? They meet regularly on Ellis Island. In fact, their next scheduled meeting starts in just about half an hour. Oh, damn. I'm guessing you want to crash that meeting. Why? So you can see the proof for yourself. So that I can make sure, too. And so that I have an extra pair of eyes on Panhard to consider when I present to her my ultimatum. The prince must abandon her seat and leave New York City. She can go wherever she pleases, but if she stays, the entire court will know, and the new prince might not look favorably on her past. Dealing with anarchs, especially so closely, is a punishable offense in the Camarilla, as I'm sure you've heard. So I did. Torque strokes his beard and looks intently at Sophie. What exactly are you trying to accomplish here? Say you remove Panhard, and I even remove Callahan. Then what? Torque, did you ever wonder why Callahan is keeping you in check? Because I wondered why the prince condemns Anarchs during her visits to Elysium, but doesn't allow the ivory tower to challenge you. She, or they, have engineered the status quo not for the good of their secret sects, but for private gain. They keep us all online, because it lets them hold on to power that much longer. And your goal is what? Make this Cold War turn hot? Not a great plan. You Camis will get your butts kicked out of New York City in no time. If you Anarchs manage to organize, which I doubt you will, at any rate, it's a risk I'm willing to take. I don't stand alone in this. This entire operation has been years in the making. Torque, I'm offering you a chance to square things with Callahan and level the playing field. If we get rid of these two, we can start on equal footing at the next stage of this dance macabre. How do I factor into this plan? Do I factor into this plan at all? Yes. We will be taking you with us to Ellis Island, both as another set of eyes to witness the Prince and Baron in the act, and as a bit of added security. I don't think Elaine, or Callahan would dare lay a finger on me, but they will not find me unprepared. Oh, wait, I don't think they would dare to lay a finger on me, but they will not find me unprepared. Okay. You know, after all those years spent in Callahan's shadow and taking part in all the kindred dick measuring contests, I should expect a ruse, some ploy to kill me in an out of the way place. That's our inherent paranoia talking. My gut tells me it's time to get this show started. I do hope you have a boat nearby, Langley. Sophie smiles mischievously. Of course I do. It's waiting for us by the pier. Lead the way, then. Moonlight's burning. The three of you leave the apartment and walk towards the pier. Nobody seems to be following you. You got on a small patrol boat and double time it through the Hudson cold, dark waters. Out of all the places in New York City where the princes and the Baron could meet, and it's Ellis Island, a landmark with a dark past, a museum on one hand, a dilapidated piece of history on the other. You leave the boat, make your way to the southern part of the island. Tala went to shower, but the water's so no hot. Oh, at least you're awake now, and no more stinky. Hope it was still a good shower. Any reason why there was no hot water? Awake at 11:09. I mean, that's a normal thing for me, but I know that you're usually going to bed at a reasonable time. You leave the boat and make your way to the southern part of the island, paying no heed to the renovated tourist attractions on the northern side. You expected some resistance. A night guard, a helicopter flying overhead, or maybe an NYPD patrol boat. Nothing. The island seems completely deserted. It's clear this sets Sophie on edge. She's moving as quietly and subvertly as ever. You can see that she's eager to reach the particular house her intel pointed out. Torque is following suit, grimly determined, flashing his piercing gaze all over. Did Shizu come back with my snacks yet? Oh, she still had snacks, but she didn't have anything to drink, so she's being a good girl right now. Like, getting something to drink, but potentially her parents, like, distracted her or keeping her away currently from Strim. That would be my guess. I swear to God, I hate the fact that they put like goose sounds, duck sounds in the back. Because she likes to use the duck sound in Discord calls to get my attention. So every time I hear like a whack, 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 like a whack, I like instantly go like, huh, yes? She has me fucking conditioned. That little shit. Finally, you see it, light coming from a window in one of the buildings at the edge of the island. Heh, the house is edging. The three of you slowly creep closer to the building and take a look inside the window. There it is, Callahan kneeling in front of the prince, sucking on Penhard's wrist. Both fully clothed. A small blessing. Torque makes his move before Sophie can stop him. He busts through the building's doors. It all happens very quickly. Torque grabs Callahan by the shoulders and throws him through the still open door. Callahan hits the ground hard. Torque appears on top of him and starts punching.
You fucker. You piece of shit. Stop.
The prince's voice takes hold of just long enough to make Torque relent, which the Baron uses to the fullest. He shoves Torque off himself and tries to bite down. Prince, call off your lapdog. Langley, what is the meaning of this? The two anarchs break apart, both wounded, but neither is quite down yet. They look at one another with pure hatred.
Kill the bitch, Helen. But leave a fledgling to me. But leave the fledgling to me right after I deal with this shit stain I'm gonna...
That's a dude. So this is a dude. The other one is called Prince, but that's a genderless role. She's a prince. Meaning just she's the leader of the, in quotation mark, good faction. Yeah, no problem. A shrill, unpleasant laugh fills the air. You know who it belongs to. So entertaining, truly. It feels almost a shame to break up this spectacle. But alas. Arturo, heyo, buddy. Thomas. Who the fuck is this joker? Yes, I don't think we met. Though I did hear lots about you, Mr. Torg. My name is Taurus Arturo, and I... Callahan uses this moment of uncertainty to strike. He's still too slow for Torque, who throws the boss into the lawn, where the two exchange blows once again. Helen, if you'd be so kind as to ask your friend to not hurt our guest too much. Callahan, don't kill him. This time Callahan comes out on top and grabs Torque in an iron hand. Your companion struggles, but can't quite break away.
I will not be denied, Helen. Not this time.
You will do as I command. And she will do as I command her, Douglas, old boy. What? What? Like I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, I feel like I need to break up this little spectacle. It's been going on for too long. You think you're so smart, Langley. You and your clique figured out that there was something fishy going on your own. But you were always working with just a piece of the puzzle. What's going on? Dude killing people, prince, no likey. No, okay, so there are different factions in Vampire. There's the, in quotation mark, good guys, the Camarilla, who are vampires who have like a strict hierarchy. And they have a prince, which is a genderless role, which is called prince because they're like an anarchic term. And they are the like vanilla choice if you're a vampire. Then there are the anarchs who are like, okay, so we agree that we shouldn't just tell everyone that vampires exist, but also we don't need the strict hierarchy. We should be able to allow to do what we want. Like, if we want to, like, you know, sire people, or like make other people into vampires, we should be allowed to without asking someone if it's okay or not. So they're basically rebels, they're freedom fighters kind of type. And the Camarilla doesn't like the Anarchs, and the Anarchs don't like the Camarilla. We've been tasked to kind of get a contact with the Anarchs, though, so that our liege, the person who, like, takes care of us, can, like, meet with them. Our liege found out that the prince, the leader of the Camarilla, had a master-servant bond with like the higher up of the Anarchs. So they were like conniving in the background, and the other Anarch, the dude with the hat with the fedora, is an anarch and doesn't like that, so they're punching each other, but neither of the women, the prince and our sire, or not sire, but our liege, is wanting to just murder people. And he is Thomas, who apparently has a master-servant relationship with a prince, potentially, which we just found out. Wasn't she, Karen? Sophie looks at you, shocked and disappointed. What are you talking about, Arturo? I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. Of course you don't. Of course. How could you? Only I knew. And your sire. They're the one who agreed to embrace you after some negotiations. You hear a scream and a curse. It's Callahan, whose arm has been nearly ripped off his body. Torque breaks out of the Baron's grasp, but doesn't continue the attack. Instead, he's at the edge of the water in the brink of an eye and disappears into the Hudson. The only trace left of him is his fedora. Another actor going off script at the very end, eh? No matter. Let him bring us some amusement now that the production is almost wrapped up. You reach his allies. You tell everyone of this. Elaine, even if we naively assume his nights aren't numbered, now that he's in the SI's sights, this show must go on, one way or another. Won't hurt to encourage leaks and speculation. Sophie looks at you. How could you, Karen? I saved you. Arturo suddenly appears next to her and slaps her in the face. Langley! What happened to your self-esteem? You can't really think. A simple neonate has outplayed you. Or maybe this oblivious act of yours. This oblivious act is your way of groveling for mercy? Thomas, what? You thought that being an expert chess player would always be enough? You never realized the people at the top simply flip the chessboard over and punch you in the face whenever they don't like how the game is going. He motions to the remaining kindred. But the thing is, you weren't even adept at playing the game, you knew. Karen, just another pawn placed on the board by my associate. You thought they were your piece, since you took them in, but who gave you that idea? You returned to the night, where you were judged by Prince Penhard. The woman in red, Sophie, somebody speaking to her, a man in glasses, the man standing before you now. I've never thought the people at the top flipped the board and punched the face. Real words right there, yeah. This is cruel. We need to know. We know what's going to happen. If only somebody would speak up for the poor child. They could be a useful tool for the Camarilla. Terror creeps onto Sophie's face. Of course, those are not the words you heard, were they? No, you were already grasping for some opportunity to further your scheme and put the bait out. And you took it, hook, line, and sinker. After that, it was only a matter of time before you started using Karen as your errand girl. No one is quite as easy to track and monitor as naive fledgling who's just learning the ropes. What is it that you want, Thomas? What do I want? Oh boy. The answer is so simple, but so hard to put into words. Unstable stability. Cutting-edge tales of thrills and intrigue that push it to the limit, and then return you to the tried and tested status quo gently, infallibly. Infallibly? A system full of distractingly moving parts which simulate conflict so convincingly that its users never feel the need to direct their energy towards upsetting the system. Achieving the eternal through the disposable, building a city that's like a ship of Theseus, constantly changing its parts, yet always maintaining the same purpose, serving the same goal at all times. A large-scale infrastructure that has something, Something like an exhaust system for the spirit. Something that disperses the toxicity around instead of concentrating it in a single place. None of what you're saying makes the slightest bit of sense. Arturo is momentarily stopped in his tracks. He stares into the sky for a few seconds before a sad grin appears on his face. Spoken like someone who's never really had what it takes to make it in the big leagues. With a theatrical snap of fingers, he gives his latest sentence a sense of finality. Something changed in the air. You could swear you saw a shadow move behind Sophie. Goodbye, Sophie. A person appears behind Sophie. You can't believe your eyes. It's Adelaide Davis, holding garden shears in her hands. Command Adelaide to stop.
Adelaide, stop!
You hear the shears snap. Sophie's red hair conceals her face as her head folds, separated from her shoulders. Silence. Arturo's unpleasant laughter erupts right next to you. Oh, Karen, your career's moving at a hard breakneck pace. Moving up and up and up. Let me congratulate you to your promotion. Are you going to kill me too? That was the plan, at some point, but I've had a change of heart since then. Elaine, feel free to leave us and take the Baron with you. Thomas, I don't think you should. Shush. Just being jealous. Adelaide, escort the prince and dear old Douglas, please. Sure thing, darling. You're left alone, next to Sophie's body. You try not to look, but it's hard to ignore her lithe frame decomposing in front of your eyes. Congratulations, you've won this little game. You set out on a suicide mission and successfully brought down the power-hungry wannabe tyrant, even if it probably wasn't the way you imagined it. Now, you're free to enjoy paradise again. Life after death, immortality, eternal youth. What they don't tell you is, of course, living in paradise is inherently sinful, when not everyone can partake. But you have time to learn how to live with sin, don't you? He takes a melancholic look at the city skyline surrounding him, the Statue of Liberty and the lights of Manhattan shimmering in the distance. You know, New York taught me to believe in fate. My own life began right here, and it began with utter despair. My first instinct was to drown myself in books and keep reading and reading until literature gave me the piece of wisdom I needed to go on. Personally, I find reading a silly hobby in retrospect. I always had this minuscule hope that the next sentence I'd read could finally bring me salvation, but it never did. It only gave me fuel for this elevated, righteous, intellectual suffering. But the more I read, the easier it was for me to boil every paragraph down to a power relationship. The characters' influence over each other, the writer trying to impress the reader, etc. The strings everyone pulled started to look like strands that weave into the fabric of fate, and once I saw its beauty, I got teary-eyed. My architect instinct kicked into overdrive. I didn't have to submit to fate. All I had to do was cooperate with it and wait for my time to shine. Give it my input wherever needed until it trusted me to do more. Thomas steps over what's left of Sophie. Is Thomas the master of prints? I think so. It seems like it, yes. Wiping his glasses with an elegant cloth from his pocket. And it did. Fate let me look after this city. With my architect's tools, I started quietly shaping the streets and corridors, while Kaiser and his ilk shaped the information flow. And among many tools this process gave me, one of them was a way to reliably come up with useful agents like you. The methods I used were crude at times, but the route was there. All you had to do was follow it. Some people write rulebook passages, the others plan city arteries. In the end, the effect is the same. Someone always follows. He puts on the glasses and gives you a long, hard look. You know, I've grown fond of you. You did so well. Even when that idiot Callahan tipped the Inquisition off, you still got out. I like that kind of resourcefulness. I could use that kind of resourcefulness. He uncovers his wrist. So, take my blood, just enough so we can start off on the right foot, as a sign of good faith. A sign that you're ready to play in the big leagues. Ready to behold the sights I've prepared for you. What do you say, Karen? And we don't even get a choice. We don't even get a choice. Nice. The achievement I got was damned if you do. That's it? Yeah, that was the story. That was the game. You in the big leagues. I'm in the big leagues as someone free elder blood. I mean, kind of, but we're his bloodbound now. Then again, I mean, it's weird because he cannot be that old. Also, hello, welcome back, Alex. He cannot be that old because he said that his unlife started in New York. He's 63. I feel he's older than that. Like, if his unlife started in New York, TLDR, Thomas is a mega. He is quite, yes. He's both plotting and he's quite powerful as a vampire. That is true. The thing is, all vampires are kind of not that cool if you look at any of the other factions in the world of darkness. But they believe that, that they have their own little, their own little power plays going on. And in those, he is probably quite powerful indeed. Well, that was it. That was it. Well, I mean, I liked it. I'm kind of... So, I might play this again, not on stream, but for myself. Maybe on the Discord or something if I feel like playing it a bit. But it was great. I kind of hoped that the friends, the coterie, came more into play. Maybe it does if you play differently, because I thought I wasn't aware that there was you basically play for what, 20 nights or something. Wait. The character Thomas is Thomas Arturo Toreador vampire born in 1945 and embraced in 1978, making him 79 years old in the game setting of 2024. Although his age is 78, he appears to be in his late 30s. A common trait among vampires, yes. Are you going to play the other games? Yes! So, next I will be playing... the next one I think in line is... I looked it up and I keep forgetting. It's... Oh god, fuck. I'll probably can look at... So, there's Reckoning of New York, which is September 24. And then there's Shadows of New York, which is September 2020. Wait, isn't Shadows of New York then? See, the like whole line is very weird. is a visual novel, blah blah blah, continuation of our previous title, Coteries of New York. Okay, yes. So next we will play Shadows of New York. So we will put that one in this folder as well. Okay. But yeah, I liked it. I liked this game. This was great. It was there was one thing that I didn't really like. It was never quite clear how full my blood pool is. And then suddenly it was empty, and I didn't get a chance to fill it. Besides killing someone. So that one felt kind of poopy. I'm intrigued of like how it works out if you do not use your powers. If you do not feed on people. Or at least not a lot. Like, you know, if you only feed like in certain spots. Also, like, him being like embraced in 1978. He's super young. What? There are people running around in the city who are like from before Second World War as well. Who are like, heck, like Callahan, like seems to be from like, I don't know, Civil War era. Like, how is like freaking, I guess Arturo is just a fucking amazing dude. But yeah, I love it. I can only recommend the game. It was good. It was a good story. I will click exit and I will go to Salo's favorite screen because it is "You are amazing. Thank you." Even though it's difficult to accept, I will say just thank you. But yeah, I will go to the end screen. Oi, where you going? Like, well, I will consider going to bed. By that I mean... I don't know. No, that's not where I want to go. Also, fuck you, I hate this screen. What do you mean? No, you love it. I know. Them's the truth. Let's see, Pixie Pond. We can go to Pixie again. We could go to Isaac, who's playing Snake Eater. What do you guys feel like? Do you feel like a farming game? Do you feel like Metal Gear Solid, so a stealth game? Wait. Is there anyone playing the game as well, maybe? No, that would be neat. I feel like Urs. Yeah, but I feel Urs is, like, ending it soon. Okay, so there's one whole person streaming the game, and it's me. And it's me. So, we ain't gonna raid into someone who's also... I was so late. Hello, Rich. Hello, my pheasant. I feel like sleeping. That is very valid. I will just send you to Pixie, because I feel like it. I will send you towards Pixie. My lord. My pheasant. Alright. No. Oh, shit. I just clicked on the link. No, I didn't. Hooray! We will raid. If you want to stick around, feel free. Nice. 69. If you go to bed, have a good night's sleep. I'll be back on Tuesday, where we will finish up another game. 2 games, so close. Wow. We will finish up Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines We will do like the different endings probably, and that should probably take the Tuesday. On Thursday we will probably start the Malkavian run. Just because I've never played the Malkavian, like the Malkavians, and I heard that they're fun. And then Sunday we will start Vampires Shadows of New York. Yeah. I hope everyone has a good evening, a good night. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Honestly, these days, I think it's first and foremost more important to be kind to yourself. Thanks for the stream and rest well, Salo and Alex. Yes. Have a good night, everyone. Bye bye. Good start in the